What is going on, retro gaming and home arcade enthusiasts? We are back in the building, man. You already know I'm Danny from the Corner Arcade, and we are about to get lit and excited, guys, on this Tuesday night live stream, live and in the house, guys. We have 26 people in the house. Give this video a like if you haven't. On top of that, chat, we have a poll that's straight out says, guys, are you buying the Golden Tee Midway XL? A simple yes or no. Community, we're going to talk about it live tonight. Get hyped or get out. That's the motto. Let's go. Get hyped or get out, guys. We're going to have some fun tonight, but before we get all that started, you already know the drill, guys. I'm going to bring you guys into the building real quick. And we're going to give a quick hi to each and every one of you. So Damian Williams is first up here. Damian, already missed out on the Pac-Man XL, unfortunately. Yes, so maybe we got some FOMO stirring here for this one. Which, guys, we're going to dissect this whole cab down because the show tonight is dedicated to this guy. We had some breaking home arcade news that came in while I was working. The pictures went flying all over the place. I wish whoever took this picture just took a little bit better pictures of it. And was there or wasn't there one on display, guys? We got to talk about it for sure. Jason is in the house, going to keep things civil. And he says, those that collect them for the artwork and nostalgia can't be a multi-cave snob anymore. The right side is going to be up with a multi-cave artwork, and the people will gobble it up because it's a one-up. Yeah, I mean, yeah. This is it's taking a turn. I want to say for the worse, but it's definitely taking a turn for something different. Graham's Arcade is here. Maybe not as quite as bad as everyone thought. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna talk about this. Like, this is the place to be, guys. You know, it's easy to just kind of make a video, but I like to get the community's live reactions and feedback. That's why we go live, man. That's why we do this live, to talk to you guys at the end of the day. Ted Adam Green is here. Hey, what a great 24 hours. Cornercade and PD7 on Michael B, and now a one-up announcement. Ted, actually, you know, you're saying what I'm preaching kind of thing. Like, had an awesome show with PD7 and Mike B last night, guys. If you haven't checked it out, go over to Mike B's channel. I mean, good God, we were on for almost 3 hours. Even like the after show that we weren't even going live. We were just talking. Like, that's what it's about, man. That's that passion. That's that fire that you just don't see or get from anywhere. But yeah, but it was fun at the end of the day. I had a blast. And then, yeah, now we got this announcement. Like, I was not planning on going live tonight. Worked 10 to 6 today. I was planning on playing some arcades and having some fun. But man, the hobby is a calling, and we got to go live and bring this information to you guys and have some fun with it for sure. Just great 24 hours. I couldn't agree more. This is what we want out of Arcade1up Home Arcade. I mean, can you imagine, guys? New Wave Toys popping off, John D popping off, other companies. I mean, we're going to have a lot of things to talk about. At Games doing their thing. Like, it's going to be exciting. If those companies step it up, I guarantee you Arcade1up has got to push it just a little bit more, and that's going to be competition for everyone for sure. Chris C is in the house. He says, hey, let's go. I lost my place here. Where are we at? There we go. Julio Hernandez. Com is in the house. 3, 2, 1, blast off. Referring to our countdown there. Where are we at? The fourth horseman is here. I literally have all these games on my ALU, dude. I'm out. We're going to talk about this, guys. We're going to talk about this because this isn't for us, but we would still buy it anyways because, you know, if you crave XL and you crave Arcade1up and you want products and you want to buy them, you want to unbox them, you want to have fun with the toys, this is where it's at. This is where you would then get it. But trust me, guys, this is targeted to, and this is targeted to the casual that's just walking past like, hey, that would look pretty cool in the basement. We don't even have any arcades, but this is only $5.99 or whatever. Let's go ahead and get this. Straight up, this is for the casuals, and we'll dive into that 100%. But guys, I want you to just take a breather. Take a moment, breathe in, breathe out, that this could have been your Arcade1up XL Atari Star Wars. This would have been that. And holy cow, we just got the port information. It's already at the store. I thought it takes like 4 to 6 weeks. Like, they are not messing around. I'm sure this is an East Coast related facility that was pictured, and we'll break down the pictures and everything. West Coast probably can still be weeks out kind of thing with shipping and all that jazz. Midwest, where we're from, We'll see it kind of trickle in here, but it would really be really cool if this was on display for sure. All right, Jason, you got a lot of good comments here. Bring those back up because we're just saying hi to everybody when we're walking and we're talking here later in the show. James hates everything. It's always the place to be. This is the Corner Cage Show, man. Let's go. Like, come on now. I saw you drop the video. Excellent videos from all content creators. I know Bill's Retro Show dropped the video. Awesome stuff there. Michael B. the Game Genie dropped one as well. And James hates everything was on top of it, guys. So maybe you can help clarify me because I was at work. I listened to James Hates Everything and Michael B's show when I was on the drive home. I caught Bill's show while I was actually setting up here, listening to it. So a lot of good feedback, a lot of good stuff. So guys, correct me if I'm wrong with some of this. We're going to have a fun time tonight, guys. Let's see here. Let's scroll down. We got Chris Nooner in the house. Chris says it's a think for people who just want to play some games. And DGAF about authentic arcade. So don't give up about arcade controls. It would be pre-pandemic. This would Chris, you're actually 100% onto something. Like this would be huge if this came out in like 2017. Can you imagine? Like that'd be cool. Like I don't know. Kato's in the house. Glad I waited. I'm getting this cab. Whoa. Okay, man. Okay, we got somebody that openly says they're getting the cab. I think it calls for this, guys. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's see. Carl O is here. Thank you, Carl, for stopping by. It has promise, and for the right price, I'd bite. So we'll break this down, guys. Well, because when we actually like go and see the cab now, because we had those, kind of silly renders of like half this, half that. And I'm actually kind of glad that Mortal Kombat is not on this cab, okay? For a lot of reasons, okay? Let's see here. Jason does say At Games gives you At Games gives you for less than the price of this new multi-cade a 24-inch BOE screen, uncramped control deck, trackball, 2 spinners, and bring your own game via USB with unlimited games you can add. Yes, 100%. 100% At Games is if we're comparing multi-cade to multi-cade, At Games would be where it's at for sure. Let's see here. Zach Dreamcast $2.99. I'm in. Zach, you read my mind, kid. That's where I'm at too. That would be where I'm at too. I don't want this like disclaimer for everybody. I'm not an XL kind of guy. I think it'd be cool to get my hands on it and just play around with Sinistar. Really, that would just be like, okay, there's no 49 weights joystick in this. So from what I'm thinking here, but let me see if Sinistar would be playable on this. It would be kind of cool. That would be me. But wrong form factor. And this is what we were kind of talking about. I was like, guys, what if it's not a Midway form factor? I mean, there was 2 hands here. It was like, hey, this would be awesome if it's a Midway form factor because now you could do whatever you want with it. You could just keep buying all these and just customize it yourself. But then I said, wait a second. If it's Golden Tee, much like the Golden Tee Deluxe behind me here, it's going to have that slanted screen. It might not be like the form factor that you guys are kind of looking for. So that kind of chops it down and puts an end to those modding dreams, which kind of stinks at the end of the day. That's kind of like the sad part of this. All right, chat's all caught up, guys. 43 people in the house, guys. Thank you so much, man. Everybody for tuning in. I know there's a lot of places you could be, but this is the spot right here. So I really do appreciate everybody tuning in today. Let's bring ahead the chat down here, guys. Let's go ahead. Let's get to the nitty gritty here. This is what we came for. This is why we're here. Guys, wow. Let's just break this box down. We're talking about a box, guys. That's right, dude. They're talking about a box. Now, this is as close as I can get as far as zoomed in chat. So if you're on a phone, just pinch and pull there with your phone, and you can kind of get a little bit more zoomed in here. But we have the Arcade1up XL size. So this is a new logo to my knowledge here. Very similar to the Deluxe. So there could be some misbranding there as far as if a consumer is just looking at this. People make mistakes very easily. They could think it's a Deluxe, but it's not. So Arcade1up, just like as a heads up, I know you're probably watching. I like the logo in general. Just kind of looking at this logo here, but I would change the color to this. Maybe you do like white or something just to distinguish the 2 brands from XL to deluxe, or you make that font really big, like it's XL, like it's fat. You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be really cool too. Okay, all logos aside here. All right, guys, look at this thing. Okay, 2 cents from the cornercade. This actually looks halfway decent. This actually looks a lot better than what the renders were. I think this looks pretty cool. Is it for me? Absolutely not. But they're not targeting to me. I've already bought 22 and actually bought like 50 of their products, but I only have 22 still here. Um, they're targeting the people that are in Costco. That's like, hey, dad might want that, or my brother might want that, or mom might want that kind of thing. Like, hey, let's pick this up for a gift, kind of thing. I think this has got that written all over it. Now, just breaking this cab down right here, guys. Okay, looking at everything that this has, 19-inch BOE screen. It's gonna have light up buttons here, so these blue buttons will light up. The light up coin door looks like this is the exact same form factor shell. So saving money right here, big time for Arcade1up. They're using the Golden Tee original XL as their base here, as far as everything that's included with it, and they're literally just cutting out two holes to add joysticks and buttons. So probably a little R&D there. They're just reskinning it. That probably costs next to nothing. So this is a solid move by Arcade1up to again fall in line with their saving money. All they're doing here, and I was wrong. I didn't think the bowling or the shuffle shot was going to be on here, but they got the Golden Tee PCB. And they added the Midway PCB from the Defender Partycade. To my knowledge, I think those were the games. I could be wrong, but it looks very similar. Chat, help me out. That's why you're here, live and in the building. But yeah, they might have like a switcher to switch between the two or something. I think it'd be really cool if they were all just on one menu and I had like the multi-cade, like Arcade Classics logo here on that. And I know Bill was saying that this was ripped off of something else, which is, come on, Arcade1up, you can do better than that, dude. Like if you're taking this logo from somewhere else, like just it's not too hard to come up with your own multi-cade logo here. But yeah, as far as looking at this, okay, it doesn't look halfway bad. Looks kind of cool. Of course, you know me, guys. I get excited about all home arcade products. I would love to get my hands on this. I don't want to spend $600 on this. God, no. But I'd love to get my hands on it and just test it out and play with it and just say, hey, look, this is actually pretty cool. Like, or hey, this stinks. Either way, yeah. So I want to know initial thoughts, guys. We're just looking at this box here. I would have loved to see like a physical unit on display. This marquee doesn't look half as bad as I thought it would be. So if I go, let's go here real quick. So it's a lot reminiscent to this guy right here. So Michael B brought this up last night with me and PD7. And I was like, okay, like this is pretty much what this is. This is the Arcade1up version of this, like this stock multi-cade with this kind of stuff. And we don't know the rest of the artwork, so it could be similar to this. We just saw the Midway logo here. Okay, like it is what it is. Now for you XL fans, you waited a year. This is your one cab, guys. So you either got to get up or you got to get out the way. Okay. So this is your one cab. So if I'm an XL person, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I might get this to replace my Golden Tee. And maybe you just reskin it Golden Tee or whatever, right? And then you just get those bonus games on there. Or you get this, you keep the Golden Tee, whatever. You can reskin this into a separate multi-cade art or whatever you want to do. Or you try to reskin it. Now the problem is this form factor isn't really anything but Golden Tee. So you're kind of like stuck on this. And yes, Jason, 100%. Like I'd be curious to play. Like Gorf to me it's a lot like Space Invaders, so I'm really it's all right. But you get this for the first time. You get Gorf and Sinistar from what the community's been clamoring for, not in a head-to-head, not in a partycade, but you're going to get it in a stand-up, not even a 3/4 scale, XL. So you're going to get this in a big boy cab. Yeah. And James, I don't know who took these pictures, but it's like they were like undercover. Like they took it with like Google goggles or the new MetaQuest headset glasses, and they just snapped a couple pictures and like ran away out of the parking lot. It's like, come on, man! Like give us like we appreciate the pictures. That's not what I'm going for. But come on, give me like 56 pictures and saying front, back, side to side. Let's go, man! Like what are you doing, kid? Jesus. So let's see. Jason says, what Midway game had the best side art? Defender. What else? I mean, this would be, it like kind of reminds me a little bit of a Dynamo, so but just not really, but maybe you could put the Sinistar art on here. It's a hard reach, man. It's a hard reach for that. I don't know. So let's scroll back up here. Let's scroll. So Thumper Squid says I would buy it at $3.99. He's all in $3.99. I think that's a lot of us where we're at. I think it would be kind of cool to pick it up at like $2.99 or something. They're like, we'll have to keep watch, guys. Community, this is what we're here for. We're brothers in arms. Check for the sales. Let us know. I mean, they ordered, like, according to James Hates Everything, they ordered 13,000 of these things. Holy moly. And trust me, I live paycheck to paycheck. I'm not on the board of directors, but that seems like a stretch, my guy. But who knows? I could be totally wrong that, hey, this thing is a cool multi-K thing, first of its kind from Arcade1up. Maybe this will fly off the shelves to the generic person. And that's what they're targeting for, guys. Again, it's not to the hardcore. So you can't really sit here and pan this product. Now, obviously, we would want a more Mortal Kombat XL. We want all this stuff. This is just obvious. A Tekken XL. We're just gonna beat a dead horse with that kind of thing. But this is clearly targeted to the people that are just walking around. They actually don't have, maybe they're building their home arcade, maybe not home arcade, but their entertainment space, I should say. They got a movie theater in there, they got the bar, and they're like, hey, this would be a cool little add-on to add to that. Because I know every single person in America that owns a home is going to have some sort of a multi-arcade game. It's just like the common cliche thing to have to throw in there, especially with its XL form size. So like just a little bit bigger. It's a little bit more believable to be like a real kind of arcade. So yeah. I mean, that's just my thought. But what's yours, guys? Let's give you back to the artwork here. Let's get this off the screen. So there's that guy. Let's see what's everybody saying in the chat here. Yeah, so we got the SKU number, Chris Nooner. I think at least that's the Costco item number. So if you want to go check your local Costco, see if they got it, go down there, take a picture because they got to have this on display. That's like their thing is to put it on display. And that's what I want to see for sure. They did get it right here by lighting up the coin doors. To my knowledge, I think that's what that is. The font's so small, but yeah. Thumper Squid was hoping for a front step. No, I don't think anybody's hoping for that. Here, let's do this, guys. Let's bring me. There we go. Oh, well, no, we want to do this. There we go. I don't think anybody's hoping for that, my guy. Let's see here. Carl O, NFL Blitz / Golden Tee. Let's go. I mean, the possibilities are there. You can do a little modding here with this thing. I don't know. I mean, I think I like the control panel, how it is with just the 2 buttons. See if we can make this a little bit bigger for you guys. Here. So I kind of like what they did here because I was like, how in the hell are they going to fit 6 buttons on this thing per 1 player and 2 player? And it looks like it will have online leaderboards. That looks like a live button in the upper left-hand corner. I think that was confirmed earlier from a bunch of people. The most arcade games that has ever been on a cabinet for sure. And 20 Atari 50 had a bunch of 50 garbage Atari 2600 games, but those weren't the arcade games. So just to clarify that these are 20 arcade games that are going to be on here. So that is a bonus. Com says, anyone know that game where you're a spaceship trying to break through the energy shield to win? No. Is any chat? Do you know? Let us know. Dead M Green agrees with Jason, saying the AL use a better multi-kit for those a little bit more of a DIY ability, like buying a USB, plugging it in, following the instructions. I did that this past couple of weeks and love my ALU. So there's a lot of like you're comparing this kind of like to multi-cades, which is fair because that's what this is. But this is a very one-directional multi-cade in the fact that it's just like, hey, this is a Midway Madness Arcade Classics cab, and we just kind of threw Golden Tee on there too because that's what Costco wanted. So they're kind of trying something different. It just would be interesting. It'd be interesting, like playing bubbles on a 19-inch screen. I think the one thing I keep reiterating is playing Center Star. I want to see how that is. I want to see how the control panel feels. Those buttons are really close to that joystick, guys. So if you're trying to play, do you have to turn your hand in? The joystick is, so you're turning your hand in to press those buttons. Is that uncomfortable? Is it a lot like reminiscing of the Simpsons control panel, trying to play as Homer with the trackball in the way, the button placement? Is it going to be comfortable at the end of the day? That's what we want to know. And that's interesting. That's what somebody will have to find out for sure. All right, Chris Nooner. As an XL advocate, I'm still passing on it as it serves no purpose for me. It's just a generic cab with random games. I have better multi-cades already, and that's a great point. Like, again, targeting to like the hardcore people who already have established multi-cades, this is definitely not for them because this is like beginner sauce and we're on advanced level. So it really wouldn't serve any purpose for people like us. Um, but I would say this, like, if you're an XL owner, and let's say you don't have a multi-cane, right? Let's say you don't have an ALU, but you have all the XLs right now. I would pick this up. I would. I would. I don't know if I would sell the old Golden Tee unless you did the monitor swap. I mean, that monitor is just literally the worst monitor. And I would almost say, hey, the BOE to have some random hodgepodge art a little bit is almost worth the trade off. I got to be honest with you because those colors were just completely washed out. It's just miserable. And we love our deluxe Golden Tee, and it's that much better. We had the XL Golden Tee as our first XL cab. It was terrible. Just god awful. But yeah, something like this, it's kind of interesting. To be quite honest with you, I know we kind of panned it at first, and it was kind of just like, no, I don't know, And like to give you guys a little bit closer view here on the games list, so we're gonna get on the Midway side. We've seen the Golden Tee games. We're gonna get the Root Beer Tapper, Rampage, Gauntlet, Defender, Joust, Gorf, and Sinister. Those are the two ones. Tubin, Clax, Wizard of War, Bubbles, Paperboy. Be interesting to kind of see how Paperboy plays, if you're able to play with the trackball or not. I don't know if you could remap those controls, if that's how that works. But yeah, I mean, the big ones here, Defender is going to be interesting to play. A lot of these are just like, okay. Were these like quality tested at all to see if they'd actually like work? Because I don't know. Don't you need more buttons in Defender? I could be totally wrong here. Sinistar is going to be kind of like where I would go to. Bubbles would be fun. Wizard of War on a 19-inch. My wife would love to play Gauntlet on a big 19-inch screen. Yeah, Tapper's okay. They're actually looking at the cab now. Tapper might be kind of weird because you're playing with like it's far apart. I don't know, like because you're using the joysticks to play Tapper. I don't know. It's just like for all of us, these games we have been there, done that. I would say 7 integrations of it. It's like okay, we're over it. This is just another like whatever. But I don't know for somebody that's new to the hobby, I think this is what they're trying to reach a new demographic. And remember, they came to Costco and they said, "Hey, Star Wars XL, how do you feel about it? We're ready to go with it." And they wanted this. This is what Costco wanted. So again, you got to listen to the retailers. This is what you're getting. Yeah, this is definitely not worth $4.99. I would say Tony C 100% $2.99 is what this would be at. I would buy to mod one. Yeah, getting the nice form factor and shell and everything like that. Jason in the house. Let's go, man. Have they stopped making the T2 arcade? Looking for that. Yeah, that is definitely stopped in production. So you're gonna have to, if you really want that, you're gonna have to shell out the full price, going to like an eBay or a store that has very few left to try to cash in on one of those guys before it is gone. Gone. And Giovanni said, "Yep, T2 is terminated." Terminated. Chris Nooner says it should say Arcade1up Smorgasbord with graphics of a buffet line and the game's poking out of it. Which chat, help me out here. How are Golden Tee and Midway able to play nice with each other? Have they done this before so that these two licenses can mix? Because wouldn't it have been cool then to just do Golden Tee, Midway, Capcom, and the Namco or something? I don't know, Bandai Namco. Like, wouldn't that just like switch it up a little bit? It's just gonna be a multi-cade. Let's go balls to the wall. Let's go crazy. See here. Decade Slipper says maybe buy, leaning towards a no. I think if the price goes down, a lot of people that are on the fence are going to go ahead and pick this up just because they're looking for an XL and they're looking for a new arcade to have fun with. Mariah says, give us MKXL, not this kind of stuff. Constorm Entertainment. If this is going to be the norm, they might have just lost the rights to MK. I think they just left off MK because you literally cannot fit all those buttons in there. So I don't. Yeah, I think that's just my 2 cents. So Kato says, I've been at this since day one of Arcade1up. I like this. Far from a casual. This is better than the deluxe cab. Everybody is entitled to their own opinions, 100%. You guys hear mine. Mine's just a little bit different because I host a podcast show with 52 people in the building. But it's not for me. But I'm telling you, if it was the right price, like a $299, should I pick it up just to piss Mrs. Corner Can off? Wouldn't that be funny? I think it'd be kind of cool just to get it and like put it in the corner. So where the At Games was gonna be, we could like get this and put that in the corner and then put the At Games in the arcade. I think it'd be kind of fun. I don't know, just to try out. I'd probably get over it real quick, but I think playing Sinistar would be cool. And maybe be trying out Gorf. But yeah, it's I mean it's a new product, so I don't know. Yeah, maybe that was Yard's Revenge is the game he was talking about way back then. Let's see here. Boof Man is in the building. Says, are those 1-Up Pac-Man partycades in the background? They still being produced? Or are these like likely NOS? So NOS? Yeah, those look like partycades. I thought they stopped making the partycades though. Maybe I was wrong. What's up, gal guy? How you guys doing tonight? Let's go. Jane Shades Everything says, people say our Defender Partycade is the best we've done. It sells for $1,000 like on eBay and after retailers says they want us to re-release it, but in its own cab form. Hey, I have an idea. Let's stick Golden Tea on here. Brilliant. Well, this is again when you're listening to the retailers. So the retailers control everything because the retailers can just say, get out. We don't want to buy anything. And Arcade1up at the end of the day, they have to sell something in their business. If they don't listen to the retailers, they will go out of business because that's their only form of selling things. So they can kind of compromise a little bit. They can try to negotiate, but at the end of the day, the retailers got them like this. And if they don't want to play ball or play nice, I would assume that then they're out. There's no deal made, and it stinks. Like again, I was reiterating, guys, what was told in the community was XL Star Wars was coming. They made a prototype. They have it at it's public. It's a prototype just sitting out there in the world, and that's just where it's at right now. So they brought that to the retailers, and retailers said nah, which is crazy. It's just crazy to me. Like that would have been dope. It would have been dope just to compromise and be like, hey, I know this is your money and everything, but how about we do this? How about if we make this for you? And they're kind of just like laughing. If we make this silly thing for you, can you go ahead and buy the XL Star Wars too? Maybe you buy it at less quantities or whatever the cheapest way is to do it. So if it's cheaper for them to just buy 5,000 of them and to sell them, or if it's cheaper to produce 60,000 and sell them, whatever that number is, like to make it the lowest price for a place like Costco to just take like no hit on these, that would be cool. Like where you can get both now. You can tailor, because I've always said Arcade1up, I've always told you guys, you can do stuff like this all day. But if this goofy and wacky and you're targeting to the new people stuff, you're gonna start shelling out to your hardcore people. You got to do both. You got to do like the nostalgic arcade stuff. Because remember, that's what's in your name. It's arcade, man. And then you can do all this like claw machine and partycades and wacky stuff like this and this casino cade behind me. Like you can do all that fun stuff, but you got to keep it. You got to keep it to the arcades and the nostalgia. Zero Redux has a good question here. The thing that I don't get is why this needed to be top secret. Tired of the 1-Up secrecy, always ends up a bust. Yeah, I think always getting on the hype train would be kind of fun. Like if Arcade1up can get on and be like, hey guys, like, before the port data leaks and all that jazz, we got this to show you. You could do their 3D render video of this. Like, what do you think? Check it out. Like, we know it's not for and you could say that, guys. Okay. Like, we know it's not for the hardcore retro enthusiasts, but we say give it a shot. Just give it a shot and see if you like it. We're trying to branch out, target to new people. Just be transparent. It ain't hard to say that. I just said it for you guys. Like, we all know. It's like the elephant in the room. We all know what's going on. And you can easily say, hey, stuff like this funds the projects that you want the most. Those hardcore Cubert fans, those hardcore arcade titles fans, the stand-up spy hunters, like that's what we're talking about. But we need to do this in order to get that. We got to have some buy-in so we can go back to Costco and say, look, we've sold out of every idea we've had. Now we want to do something that tailors towards that nostalgia. So we want to go ahead and try to do said whatever cabinet in an XL form factor. I think that's, I don't know, it's just my 2 cents. Yeah, 100%, because we don't know what it's like on the other side. So I'm assuming it's going to be the Midway graphics, but it could be the golden tee again, and then with the mid, like it could be the same artwork on both sides, which I don't know. I mean, at this point, it's like whatever, but yeah, 100%. Oh, Gallagher guy, you got to tune into the show. I was hyped earlier. Now we calm things down so I don't blow people's eardrums out, and then we get hyped again. It's kind of like the hype roller coaster that we ride on. Chris is in the building, just catching up. This is such garbage. Chris is like, okay, I'll buy it if it's $2.99. I'm just kidding, Chris. Yeah, it's just it's for the person that maybe they never had the Midway cab, because look at these Midway games were never offered in an XL, so it gives a chance for people to play, Bubbles on a 19-inch screen, all these games, Joust, on a 19-inch screen and in a bigger form factor. So yeah, Carl says BOE 19-inch Golden Tee XL. It ain't a bad thing. Again, you could buy this, you could reskin it Golden Tee so it looks nostalgic. And then you just got the joysticks there for the added, Midway games that you can also play too. I think that would be a great option too. You get your 19-inch BOE screen, you get a bunch of bonus games. You could probably get this for a steal of a price. So why not? Because this is now exclusive, and they kind of get those things in and they get those things out. That's Costco's method here. So that would be really cool too. Yeah, Steve IT guy, 100%. He says, anyone wonder where that pub table was? Is there the pub table coming? It would be cool, and we'll do another stream, guys. Kind of show you the box when we get that in, and we'll definitely take a look at that once it becomes public here. Should be any day now. Nino Brown is in the house. Is it only at Costco? Yes, man. It is only at Costco. That is the one and only retailer for XL size. Chris says Golden Tee sucks. Golf sucks. I love my Golden Tee. That would be one of the ones that I would definitely, if I had to keep, I think like 5 1-ups, I would definitely make the top 5 for me. It's just, I don't know, man. The golf is just fun. Like playing with my wife and stuff is just fun. The bowling is huge on that. Like that's fun as well. I mean, that literally the bowling alone, I can just let that thing rip all day. It's just fun. Yeah. James was telling me this earlier. He says, James hates everything. He says, my official name for this is a chili cage. Just grab whatever licenses you got in the fridge and throw it in there and start cooking it up, man. Cooking it up. I can agree with that. Arcade Star Wars fan. I like it. I want a Defender cabinet, and I don't want Mortal Kombat. Just hoping it works well with the joystick. And I think we're all kind of thinking the same kind of thing. We want a little bit more nostalgia. Chris says maybe it could have had our Atari games instead of the Midway. The Tempest game would add a spinner. And this is what me and Mrs. Corner K were thinking. Hey, maybe it's a Space Invaders to kind of tie in what's going on overseas. We were wrong, and that's okay. It's fun speculation to have. But yeah, we thought for sure this is the mishmash here, that it's going to be something. So Space Invaders, trackball, spinner, maybe thing. Atari would have been another good one. I mean, you could put, you bring up a really good point, Chris. Like, that's a hard one though. You just don't know what people are going to like, but Atari would be great. You got your Tempest, you got your Crystal Castles, your Centipedes. Like, you could have done the buttons maybe straight on. It would have been similar control panel to the Atari Centipede Legacy. Pretty much the exact same one with the buttons all lined up with the trackball. I think that would have been pretty dope, but I don't know if those licensors can get along, because wasn't there cabs of this? So if we go back here, I mean, there's been cabs like this before. I guess Atari's on there too. Yeah, Super Breakout Tempest. I didn't even see that. Yeah, 100%. I don't know. I don't know the licensing constraints with all this kind of stuff. And you got the price here, $5.99, guys. 19-inch BOE screen. We got the measurements here. I can't read them off. Here we go. Zoom in a little bit for you. There we go. I don't know how well that is for you guys to read in the chat, but light up marquee, online leaderboards confirmed here. 20 arcade classic games. It's 22 inches wide, 27.5 deep. So definitely like 2 or 3 slim Katie's deep, and 65.5 inches high. So it's going to be 2 inches taller than the Dynamo. So it's not even going to be like the Street Fighter Dynamo. Interesting. That's interesting size. So yeah, it's going to fit right in with your other Golden TXL if you already have it. 19-inch colored monitor there for $599 is what we're looking at. And then again, here's that games list. I wish we got a let me go over here. I wish we just got a picture of the actual display. That would be quite awesome if we could see that. P-Dubs, what did you miss? Let me tell you something, P-Dubs. I know you're out of here immediately because of this Golden TXL. It's still in your basement, or you're still in your garage and it still doesn't work. But would you be in on this? Let us know in the chat, my guy. Let us know. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Nods of Pelusian. See, this is why I love you guys. You're helping me out. NOS, I had no idea what that meant. I thought it was Nas, like the energy drink. New old stock. I mean, I guess we're talking retail here. That would make more sense, right? I think that's probably new old stock that they're just kind of cranking out to kind of finish off that line. P-Dubs, piggybacking here. James, it's not that serious. We don't need to GPS tag phones. I think we should do that. No, just kidding. I don't know what you guys are talking about in there. Oh, let's see here. Let's scroll down. P-Dub says, if anyone's interested, just call your local Costco with the SKU number on the sign, and they'll tell you when they'll be getting them. 100%. I might do that tomorrow. It's a good idea. Take a live stream trip down to Costco. I got to get a membership, though. It's the one thing. You got to get a membership. No, P-Dubs, we don't have any other photos but this one and that. I mean, like, that's what I said in the beginning. I'm like, guys, you couldn't take more photos? There's got to be a display of this thing. Costco loves doing displays, unless it's just got in fresh, hot in the building, and they didn't even build one yet. They got to know that there are some hardcore arcade people out there. Stupid Fat Hobbit is here. Finally, my guy. We got a stream before 10:30, so you're here in the building. They need to combine the Street Fighter Legacy, Street Fighter Big Blue, and all those leaked games in the AVP in one Capcom collection yet. That's up to 20 games there. Throw Golden Tee on this son bitch again, and let's just see what happens. Like, that could be the next integration if this thing sells well. Like, you don't know. The thing that just stinks at the end of the day, and this is partly why I'm not an XL guy. Trust me, I love the 19-inch screen. I waited all year for this. Are you kidding me? If I'm, I'm not a casual, if I'm building like a retro arcade, I waited. So I got 2 years now. I'm going to be waiting then for something of note. And it just doesn't cut it, man. No, it's not. Great question, Galaga guy. I think it'd be cool to get my hands on one. I don't want to buy one. I think it'd be cool to get my hands on one. Let's just say $299. Try it out. Try out Sinistar and Gorf on a 19-inch screen. Bubbles on a 19-inch screen would probably be dope. The vibrant colors. But, I mean, if I'm going to get a multi-cade, guys, this isn't the one I'm going to be getting. But again, this is for that person that's beat ups. He says, call Costco live on air. Fine. How about if you do this? If you join the show, we both, I think Costco's closed. It's 10 o'clock. Don't they close it? I said, if you join the show, we can both call Costco, each of us, and then see if they have the arcade classics. It's so stupid. Yes, Nino Brown, this is exclusively to Costco. So the XL line is exclusively to Costco, no other place. That is the deal that they have in place with them. Gallagher guy says he likes the bowling. The golf just takes too long. Wish he could choose to do 9 holes. That'd be kind of cool too. I mean, we kind of do that, me and my wife too. If we only want to play 9 holes, then we'll just play the 9 holes, and at the end, whoever has the best score wins, and we kind of just move the drill. So, yeah, I mean, we kind of do that anyways. Or we get interrupted by a toddler, and then the game's over. It's whatever comes first, right? But yeah, the bowling is definitely awesome. I mean, can you imagine? So, guys, I want you to envision this. Envision this, right? We talk about bowling, right? Can you imagine the Midway being replaced with Silver Strike? Like, that's Silver Strike bowling, Golden Tee, insanity. Everybody would be in on that. Everybody here in the chat would be in on that. I mean, look at it, it's reminiscent of that. You got the blue control panel like Silver Strike. It's got the trackball in there. Literally looks. It gives me those vibes of what that is. It's literally the template of it. JD said, I just used your video to assemble the Atari 50th. Thank you so much to you and your wife. It made it so easy. Thank you. Wow, dude. Like, dude, goosebumps. You're giving me chills, kid. Like, thank you, man, for tuning in. And that's what we do. We appreciate that. That's what a nice dude. What a nice, cool comment. Like, this is why we do the content for you guys. Unbelievable. That is so cool to hear. That's why we do the unboxings. That's why we put things together. You can always pause, stop, rewind, hit. We got actually our next door neighbors. They can probably hear me because I'm so loud. Our next door neighbors are actually building their home arcade out. My wife had a chance to talk to them when I was at work, and they have 5-6 cabs now. They have zero idea until my wife said it that the cornercade, out of all the places in the world, the cornercade is actually right on the other side of the wall from you guys, and it's just they're like, oh my god, the similarities. They actually hire TaskRabbit to assemble their cabinets, and we kind of always laughed at that. Again, guys, we laugh at this stuff right here, but this is what the masses do and buy and get, and maybe they'll get one of these. I should tell them to buy. Should I tell them to buy one and then I could do an unboxing on it? That'd be so funny. Be like, hey guys, are you interested in this? Just show them a picture of it and be like, if you are, I can assemble it for you. You don't have to hire TaskRabbit. I'll do it for free. You just let me do a video on it. I just literally thinking out loud here. I think that's an excellent idea. I think I got to get on top of that. That would give us a chance to play it like I'm talking about, but not actually really own it or anything. But thank you, man, so much for the kind comment. Jason threw in that skew. So guys, jot that down, take a picture, start calling Costco's all over tomorrow, and start letting them know what's up. And it's letting them know what's up. Ezekiel's letting me know what's up with this bad boy right here. Let's go. By the way, real quick, Ezekiel Chicago Retro Ranger, $4.99 super chat in the house. Thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. My son and daughter love to rewatch our live streams. And so we were watching one when I got home from work today, and I played that sounder, and they get all hyped. They start to dance with the beat. I mean, who the hell doesn't, right? This is dubstep, dropping it like it's hot, man. And when it was done, it goes at the end of the song, it goes like that, and I went like that to my son. I kept going, and he was giggling so hard, and then he kept doing it to me. We kept doing it to each other. I mean, man, moments with the kids sometimes it's just if you're a parent, you understand. I'll just put it like that. No offenses to anyone, but this is why I gave up on Arcade1up. This community is what makes Arcade1up shine with its members, ads, projects, mods, etc. Ezekiel Chicago Retro Ranger, thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. And you guessed it, dude, we're gonna be doing a crap ton of cab builds, mods. Ezekiel, I sent you the list that we're going to be doing. It's like a laundry list. So, but again, I said, and Ezekiel, thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. I think this, again, if they did this, but then they came out with like an XL whatever, right? Mortal Kombat. Let's just keep it simple, stupid, right? XL Mortal Kombat or XL Crystal Castles. My God, the community would be like, oh my God, this is awesome. Like, because that's what we want. We want that nostalgic feel. But people that are probably going to be getting this aren't building a home arcade. This is just kind of like their one-off machine that they're just going to use in the corner. J-Rod said, Ezekiel, fire, man. Boofman said, it's still positive that Arcade1up released it to Cabinet XL form. Yes, and that's a point that we got to make here, guys, because they could have taken this line and just threw it in the garbage. Honestly. Not the cab that most of us want. But the door is now open for future XL releases, with many of us thought XLs were over and done with. Great point. It sucks that like you had to wait a year for this. It really does. But there's two sides to every story. Got to be positives. And we'll have at the end of the stream, we'll have some positives and some negatives taken away. Guys, there is a poll in the chat. We got 88 votes. Wow, that is you guys showed up and showed out tonight. I even got Paul Mindeman in the chat, and I haven't seen Paul in it centuries because we can't start the show before 10:30 without Mrs. Corner Kid. That's a trade-off, guys. We can go earlier if Mrs. CC isn't here. We go later when she is here. We got so far 72% say hard pass, 28% yes. That's what I'm saying. It's not targeted to us, so let's not roast Arcade1up so much because they're not even trying to target to us. So they're just like, hey guys, hardcores, calm down a little bit. Let's see if we can get something rolling. Again, this was supposed to be, and I'll reiterate this till we don't talk about this anymore. It's the Star Wars XL Atari was supposed to be in the house, and this is what we're getting inside because of the retailers. Evil Genius Entertainment is here tonight, guys. The whole home arcade community is showing up and showing out. We got 68 people in the chat. Give this video a like if you haven't. Evil Genius Entertainment says, well, at least it'll be a different combination of games. Yes, that is another positive to take away. It's the first time we're getting Sinistar and Gorf and really all of the Midway games on an XL form factor. Now, Paperboy, we can kind of do without. Shuffle Shot, we can kind of do without. I can kind of pick apart some of these games and be like, yeah, I'm good. Realistically, all in all the Golden Tee games for the most part play the same. There's going to be different courses, different atmospheres, but the Golden Tee games are there. So let's say you get all of these holes. Let's say you'll play golf, you'll play bowling, you'll definitely play root beer tapper, probably hard pass for me on Rampage, whatever. My wife would play Gauntlet, hard pass on Defender, Joust I would play, Gorf I would probably try out and play, Sinistar I would definitely play, Clax, Bubbles, and is that Wizard of War down there? Yeah, I would definitely play Wizard of War 100%. So there's a good amount of games I would play in here because you look at an Arcade1up sometimes, you're like, I'd only play like 2 games though, or I only play like 3 games in there. This one, there's a good amount of games, Paperboy, Rampage, and Tubin. I can kind of live without Shuffle Shot. I mean, chat, what do you think too? It's up to you. Nazapalooza also says, hey, just get this Dell monitor and make it an XL kind of thing. Yeah, Thumper Squid says, thanks to Buy Stuff Arcades, we can have a 19-inch screen in any deluxe. The only thing is with that is if once you commit to doing that, you're kind of pot committed to doing all of your cabs. And if you're someone like me, I mean, it would cost me about $2,000 to swap all the screens out. That's just, if I'm going to spend $2,000, I got to be honest, I'm getting an at-game spinball. Just looking around here, like I can put up with the 17 inches. That's fine. The 19-inch screens, I'd probably just put them in Time Crisis and Big Buck Hunter. I would say that for like a shooter, probably needs a little bit more room here. Christopher Camera, thank you so much, man, for stopping by. Let's go. Just shot by to say the cab is atrocious. That is all. Good night. Signing off. See you later, my buddy. Thank you for stopping by, man. All right, let's see here. James hates everything says Atari was probably too close. The arcade legends they were copying. Maybe there's some of that, guys, going on. It could be. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard because it could have. Yeah, I mean that's hard. That's hard at the end of the day. Because that would have been cool. I think Atari on here would have been dope. Alan is in the house. Who the hell is running that company? You need to find someone from the arcade generation, 90s and 80s. Alan, I've raised my hand numerous times to say Arcade1up. Can you just fly me out? It doesn't even have to be first class, guys. On your own Arcade1up private jet, it could literally be on Frontier in Coach, and I will help all of them out with everything. I will jot down every single idea that I have in my head to turn that franchise around because they're kind of like the Cleveland Browns right now. Now, the Cleveland Browns are getting better, but when they first were the Cleveland Browns, it was rough, guys. It was rough. And this is what happens when you're strapped, your hands are strapped and tied to the retailers. This is what you're getting, guys. This is what you're getting. Evil Genius says, I think a lot of the normals would add this up to be a Big Buck Hunter XL and be done. Wouldn't that be something? Like you do a Buck Hunter Golden Tee XL. You just put like the antlers on the sides of the cab or something. You had the guns in the holsters there. That'd be something different. That would be, the ultimate barcade arcade, right? Alan also says it should be priced at $4.99 at Costco. They will sit on the shelves at $600. 100% they will. They're going to price it like this. Any casual come by, they'll snatch it up right away. You have to understand, guys, because this is a business here. So, anybody a lot of people that won that Smirnoff Golden Tee XL, they have it on sale for Marketplace. Somebody had it on eBay for $2,000. Like, dude, are you serious? $2,000 for a free product? But all it takes is one person to buy it. That's it. All it takes is one person to not even know that this was a giveaway and be like, oh, that must be like a rare thing. I'll get that. All it takes is one. And we see other people selling it for $500, a little bit more reasonable. Ideally, you probably sell for $250, because that was free. But that's going to be how this is. It's going to trickle down in price as we go further and further with it on the shelves for sure. And Chris, yeah, 100%. Like they gotta upgrade their hardware. Their shit won't run Silver Strike. Not to mention it was released by Incredible Technologies, but I'd love for it to happen. Yes, that would be incredible. Thanks to P Dubs, honestly, when he got his Silver Strike pedestal, my God, what an insane game. Like the realistic motion, and when the ball hits the wood, it hits that lane and it just goes. It's the sound effects, and when it hits the pins, it's just so nice and so satisfying. LOL here, Danny. I called 2 local Costco's. Thank you so much, P Dubs, for doing the dirty work, trying to host a show here. They looked up the SKUs. Both of them said the same thing. The local Costco depot will have them early August. The local stores will see the depot mid-August, and that's kind of like more of the time frame that we were kind of looking at as mid-August, because they got to get there. So thank you so much, man, for reaching out to those Costco's. Let's go, dude. Paul Mindeman's here. XO superfan here, not loving what amounts to a Golden Tee XO reskin sad times. And Paul, you gotta agree here. I know, chat, I'm behind. We got a lot of people rocking tonight, which is great. I'm behind in the chat, but that's okay. Paul, listen, this is what I'm telling you. This is why I don't get XL. I waited a whole year and a half for this. And if I'm an XL fan, I'm buying this just by default to add another arcade and another option to the new XL cornercade. But this is it, man. You have Pac-Man, which is great. Light up buttons aside, great cabinet. All in all, they did a great job with it, right? You got Pac-Man, but it's Pac-Man. Like, dude, we've been there, done that. It's like, yeah, it's in the arcade, but good God, that can't be your top 5. Then you got KI that's way overpriced. I'd have to swap there's always something wrong with one of these. Just to let you know, follow the theme. I'd have to swap the sticks and buttons out. You have to do that anyways with all these cats, but the sticks definitely you have to swap out because they didn't get the sticks right. But KI is $1,000. It's insanity. Plus, you're paying shipping through Arcade1up. Then we got NBA Jam, the Shaq Jam, which doesn't have the right art. It's a 4-player control panel. We already know how I feel about that. Like, then you get the Golden Tee with the bad monitor. Both the NBA Jam, Shaq Jam, and the Golden Tee have terrible monitors. So you're swapping out the monitors, swapping out the buttons. It's too much, man. We got, Arcade1up's got to get this right at the end of the day. It's too much. All right, here, let's see. Yeah, retail. So Chris just reiterating, retailers run the show, 100%. 100%. The retailer. Now, I will say this, Chris Nooner, is they don't associate with the community. They just listen from afar. So they'll have people that'll probably be watching these streams just to see what kind of like the hardcores are, to kind of get our ideas. If you want to say steal our ideas, then implement them into the Cavs, because they don't know nostalgia like we do. So they did listen to the NBA Jam 2-player. They just pushed it too far and then decided to put in the dryer on high when it just came out of the washing machine and shrank the damn thing. So the 2-player cab, yes. The form factor of that, no, absolutely not. Keep the deluxe for sure. And Paul Miniman said, yes, we would buy it on MKXL, but that's not apparently what Costco wants. No, they don't. And can you imagine, chat? Would you buy would you buy Atari Star Wars XL? Yeah, Paul's yeah, well, here, real quick, Paul, real quick. Evil Genius said, you'd think they'd be interested in an XL Star Wars. No, absolutely not. They said no. They laughed out of the building and said it had horrible graphics. Which, my God, when I went on my rant, like literally, you could take a dump in a bag and say it's Luke Skywalker's shit, and you could literally then 100% sell that with a sticker on it, an official branded Star Wars sticker on it, and it would sell. Star Wars fans are crazy. Crazy, dude. There's a coworker of mine who's, I think, want to say 68 years old, right? He bought the Atari Star Wars Arcade1up that I showed him, the deluxe one. And he's like, dude, that is awesome. I want to add that to my Star Wars room, because he has a dedicated Star Wars room. And it's like, duh, like any casual, he's a total casual. He doesn't have any home arcade or Arcade1ups. And he was playing, he sent me a video, so funny, dude. He's playing it with his Star Wars helmet, because he has a bunch of helmets. His like Luke Skywalker, TIE Fighter, or not TIE Fighter, his X-Wing helmet. And he's like playing with it. It's so fun. It's like, dude, we're all just big kids at the end of the day. But like, that's what would they be targeting to? And then that would also help with the hardcores, because they would want it to put in their home arcade too. Paul's saying Costco ordered 13,000 new XLs, and they only made 2000 X-Men 97. Think about that. So really put that in retrospect. Even though X-Men 97 was still casual, targeting to the casuals, this is proven research, guys. Now, do I think they're going to sell 13,000? I don't think so, but I guess I hope so. Like Arcade1up, maybe help them get out of debt, do something, you know what I'm saying? Make some moves, maybe bribe the retail a little bit and say, hey, here's just 10 extra $1,000. Can you just make this cabinet for the community? This Tekken this Tekken Deluxe with light up coin doors. Like that's what the community wants to see. God, I just want to let you know, just real quick, home arcade fans and home arcade community, if and when they drop that cabinet that you guys are looking for, whether it be whatever title, right? This community is gonna go hog wild. You are gonna have people coming out the woodwork. All it takes is one cabinet because it's been so deprived of all of these titles. It's just gonna blow up in insane fashion. I can't wait for it. Hopefully that'll happen. I don't know what, sooner than later kind of thing. But yeah, here's the box, guys. Let's get back to the chat here. Stupid Habit says the amount of games is good. The type of games on here makes zero sense. Combining these with two companies. What's next? Pac-Man, Star Wars cab. You play with like the yoke. That'd be kind of funny. Let's see here. Scrolling down. We have some breaking news, guys. James says he got a video of the cab. So James, tell me you have emailed this to me. If you want to hop on the show, let me know. Any dedicated home arcade YouTuber, if you want to come on, I'd love to get your thoughts. Anybody that's watching, let's see here. It's a short video of the box. Okay, James. So we got this live and in the house. Of course, it's on TikTok because Arcade1up is just. Can you please stop going on TikTok, Arcade1up? Jeez, please. All right, let's share this real quick, guys. We got some breaking news. We'll go full screen with this, guys. Here you guys go. And we'll just talk about this. It's a short video of the box. We got 20 games here. The guy's playing it. All right, that's it. Oh, okay. So Mrs. Corner Kate has come in. Hold on, guys. Let me just take this down real quick. Okay, Mrs. Corner Kate came in and she said what? Do I not read them? Oh, okay. So apparently I'm supposed to read the super chats. Mrs. Corner Kate says I did. I think I'm behind in the chat. Do you want to? I don't want. Just wave and say hi. I'm really in a t-shirt. I'm going back to bed. Okay. I wanted her to say hi to the community, but she said she's literally in a t-shirt. She's going back to bed. Thank Mrs. Corner Kate with the breaking news. I absolutely love it. And since we're talking about breaking news, you already know that we got to go ahead and hit this guy. All right, back to this guy. So here, I'll show you this very, very short TikTok. I would assume Costco guy for you in the house. There's clearly not a demo of this made up yet because they would have recorded this, but at least we can see more about it. Looks like they're diving into more of the colorful box, to say the least. So that's that. Very, very, very short video. James, thank you so much, man, for sending that over. Cool stuff, guys. It's making me bigger. All right, James. We always appreciate you watching our back, dude. He emailed that immediately. Let's go, dude. Let's scroll down a little bit. Oh. So we kind of already did this without doing it, but thank you so much, P-Dubs. Let's go. Yes, I will go ahead and let me do this real quick. P-Dubs, thank you so much, man, for that $2 super chat. We really do appreciate it. Always supporting the channel, and we love it. James has a video of the cabinet. Get him on. We showed the video. I will see if any. He says, yeah, Silver Strike rocks. It's cool having the real thing. That's a good. I was a little behind in the chat, guys, because this chat is rocking tonight. I actually almost prefer to be behind the chat, because then once you catch up with the chat, it's like, okay, unless anybody has anything else to say, we're kind of done here. Like, you guys run the show. You're the sponsor of the show here. But yeah, I'm sorry. I was a little behind in the chat. Danny, hire someone to read the chat for you. Hey, Mrs. Corner Cake came in. She saved the day. I just had to catch up a little bit. Oh, too funny, guys. And Pete ups with another $2 super chat. Danny, shut up. James sent the link. We gotta see it. Let's go. Thank you so much, Pete Ups. Thank you. You guys are so funny. I love you guys. All right, I'm scrolling through. Oh, let's see here. Some spaghetti talk. Oh my god, you guys are so funny. I must have been like really behind in the chat here. I didn't realize how far gone I was. Let's see here. Beatles going crazy. Okay, so I'm scrolling up, guys. Don't worry, I'm catching up with the chat. We're just gonna bypass a lot of conversation. Okay, we're back now, dude. Chris says, at least your wife supports your arcade habit, mine not so much. And Chris, listen, we are gonna have a future stream in the upcoming days here. Maybe we can help you with that because Mrs. CC is reaching out to all the guys out there, all the girls, everybody, brothers, sisters, wives, aunts, uncles, whatever, grandpa, grandma, throw them in the mix too. Saying, hey, if you consolidate your cabs and you tight up your space and make it neat, your girlfriend, wife, boyfriend, husband, your significant other might not have a problem with that home arcade. And we're going to have a stream with that because she might be onto something, guys. It's when you start to take over the house. That's when the significant other says, enough. Like, so tune in for that later. Yeah, we're still looking for that Pac-Man pub table, 100%. 100%. Let's see here. Damien Williams, what is this Arcade1up couples therapy fishing Mrs. CC? I mean, some people need a little bit of advice because it's like when you got them in 8 different rooms of your house, upstairs, downstairs, all around. First of all, how do you play those? And second of all, like, I would be like, okay, this is enough. This is madness. This is just too much at the end of the day. Okay, James, I emailed you back. We'll see what we can do here as far as that goes. I'm trying to look to see if anybody has anything else here. We'll go ahead and we'll put this back up on the board. So you guys, I'm sure you've seen enough of this, but it'll be there since we're talking about it and get a visual. That video was super short, man. Jesus. I guess they just had the box out. That's it. Yeah, I wish this. Let's see here. Jason says, since there's already a Golden Tee XL, it's quite possible it's the same shit monitor they use. No. It's a BOE one. It's been confirmed on in the box, and I think it was on the. Let me see here. Isn't it on? They made a point. Yeah, right here. So let me zoom in here. You guys can't read it, but it says 19-inch BOE color monitor. Can you guys see that right there? Yeah, you can see that. So that has been debunked for sure. Okay, Calvin Wong wants to know a pinball progress fun chart. So I got shredded by some people that said this is ridiculous that you would put up it's ridiculous that you would put up something like this. It is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. And so I say to you, there's your meter. There's your pinball meter, guys. Let me tell you something, okay? I appreciate everybody that gives me advice, okay? Now, some of it I'll take and some of it I won't because we're people at the end of the day and we all can make our own big boy and big girl decisions. And I'm sorry if I was too transparent to let you know where the support comes from and where it's going to support the channel. Next time, I'll just keep it to myself and I won't say anything and then we'll just get something and then that'll be that. I will say this, however, I do have 6 Arcade1ups for sale before that stream ever took place. Okay? Just want to say that. But yes. And speaking of where the support's going, we got another one coming in hot. Let's go. Giovanni Sean coming in hot with a $10 super chat. Giovanni, I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the channel. We've shown your stuff on here all the time. You super chat, you watch us in VR, for crying out loud. Jesus Christ, this is amazing. I will tell you this. I'm going to read the super chat. Here we go. $9.99 coming in hot from Giovanni Sean. Instead of the WrestleMania XL. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Let me just back this up real quick. What? Instead of Wrestle T Mania XL, let's just do a Beat Mania cab. Tell me what cab we can sacrifice, and I'll make it a DJ game. Okay, hey, listen. Hey, I'm down for that. You got to reach out to Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger, though. That would be something very, very interesting. Now, I never put any Beat Mania games on that list. I didn't put any of them on the list, but I will say this, that and let's see if we can do it. James, how you
Let's
feeling, my guy?
go.
Let's go, Israel. How you feeling, my guy? Let's go, dude. All right, James, did I wake you up out of bed?
No,
Just be
I was
honest.
upstairs chilling on the couch. So definitely
Okay,
wasn't
so
sleepy.
you were comfy, you got the link, and you're like, oh, god damn it. That's how I am sometimes. Like, I gotta plug in the Ethernet cable, wheel out the chair, let's go, man. The community's a calling. Let's do this. And Giovanni Sean, thank you so much for supporting the channel. You got to reach out to Ezekiel, though. He could probably make that happen. I don't know, with your technology and your hand movement technology and his cab creation skills, you guys together could probably come up with your dream cab of a Beatmania DDR game that would be insanity. But none of those games have any appeal to me. And it's crazy because if you bring up like a top 50 arcades list game, like those games are on it. They make like top 10, top 5 insanity, but have zero nostalgia for it. What about you, James? Do you have nostalgia for any of those Beatmania games?
I like a few of them. You know, like I was big into obviously like Guitar Hero and stuff. Not exactly the same thing, but pretty close to it. You know, being it's all rhythm based, but you know, DDR is fun, but it's a behemoth to get a, you know, DDR going.
Yeah, can you? And yeah, that Arcade1up can never happen. That'll never happen because of, like, the licensed music. I mean, it's just way
Well,
too crazy.
Gio,
Okay,
I know he sent me earlier today, just a little bit ago, a whole list of custom cabs that he's done, and they look
okay.
pretty awesome. So
Okay. Well, hey, Damien, the community speaking. Hey, Casino Kid had no appeal to you, Danny, but look behind you. I guess,
yeah,
hey, for the right price, anything can come into the corner, Cade. I mean, I bet your bottom dollar, anybody 250 brand new, you're jumping on the Casino Cade just to put another arcade product in your home arcade. But okay, so long and short here, James, initial thoughts when you first saw the picture. What were your initial thoughts that went through your head?
uh, that it. I don't know. My first thought was, hey, it's not Mortal Kombat, and so my cock hurts was right, which I said a few times in my video. Because I didn't see why they would think there was any value with just the midways without Mortal Kombat, but I guess they did, right?
Yeah.
Um, then my other thought was, well, Arcade1up literally just copied that other company. Like their entire design is copied, you know,
Yeah.
including the name. The other one's called Arcade Legends. This one's called Arcade Classics. Like,
Yeah, and that's something that I
uh,
saw in your video, and yeah,
yeah. I mean, it's like how close to, you know, literally copying a competitor can you get?
yeah.
But
Are you picking one up?
no way.
I think that's the real question here. Are you picking one up? Yeah, it's let me ask you this. Would you pick it up for $2.99?
No.
Okay.
I
So you're
there's
not
better things I'd spend my money on than
That's fair. That's fair. Hey, we gotta save for the pinball. That we gotta save for that. Yeah, I'm not an Excel guy, so this, like, normally I wouldn't, like, kind of, I don't know. It's hard. You don't really, if there's other deluxe news and all this other stuff, I don't really look in the Excel direction. But that just shows you how, like, there's nothing coming out right now that this is like, hey, this is different. Let's talk about this. This is exciting. I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
I'm far more likely to pick up the class of '81 pub table if that looks good, than I would be the
Yeah,
this
I
thing.
think same to us for sure. That would be for sure. Yeah, I think I would look in that direction as well.
I mean, I just
Yeah,
bought the Golden Tee 3D Deluxe, so last thing I need is another Golden Tee, especially with other than those 2 games, I already have cabs with those games on it. There's nothing that adds to my setup other than a Golden Tee that doesn't look right.
That's the other thing too. Like, it's like, is this for? Again, this is just for that person that doesn't have an arcade.
Oh, yeah.
They're just
It's your average Joe is gonna like,
100%.
if this was the first thing I ever had and it's just like, "Hey, I just want one multicade," I'd look at this and be like, "Man, it's got Gauntlet, it's got Joust, it's got Tapper, it's got Golden Tee." I'd put it in my, you know, entertainment room down in the basement or whatever, but, that's not what most of us are going for when we're
Yeah,
talking home arcade a whole home arcade, but most people aren't doing what we do, right?
a
They're just
hundred, a hundred
yeah.
percent. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
And
what I've said about it is it looks like 50 million other multicades that are on the market, and there's nothing to me that stands out about this between any of the other ones.
yeah, and I think maybe for like maybe if you are an Arcade1up fan of XL, maybe you throw this in there just to keep in line with the consistency and the build quality, or if that's what you'd like. But yeah, this
But
is
you
hard
probably
to.
already have the Golden T3D XL if you're, so
Mhm.
why would you buy another one?
Yeah, and I could see where this is. There's a Silver Strike bowling or something. Maybe you say, okay, I'll sell my other one, get this one, upgrade
Yeah.
the games list, and then upgrade the monitor there. That would be a definite answer to do that. Mike Hawkert says, I decided I will likely pick this up. I'm going to try to see if it's a slow seller and try to find a deal, and it has the ideal replacement parts for an original Golden TXL. So you go, Mike, a little mod project there, or ideal.
Yeah,
You said,
just
or
yeah,
ideal.
you can just take the, monitor out of it and put it in the original one, and then you're done.
Yeah.
Maybe steal the trackball, but I don't know if that trackball is gonna be smaller or not.
Um, no, it's probably gonna be the same size. Well, what was the other one? Was it a 5-inch trackball or a 3-inch still?
I don't know. I know the
I think it was
one on
still a
the
3-inch.
deluxe is not very big.
Yeah,
It's
I think it was
bigger
a big
than the
I think it was
ones
a
they
bigger
put on
trackball,
the
yeah.
Atari cabs, but it's not
Oh,
all
yeah,
that
do you remember that? The little Simpsons one? That little Simpsons
yeah.
ball? Those are great. It's weird because when I go back to that, I'm like, "Wow, this is, like, weird." Like, when I'm playing the Simpsons bowling, it's like, "This is different." Yeah, I mean, there's not much else to say, guys. I mean, this is, it's I wish that we could have seen, like, a display model a little bit. It would be,
I'm sure within the next few days we'll see it, right? If this is leaking already, or if you can call it a leak, being in a store, and two different people now, one with video and one with this, it's only a matter of time before that store opens one of these up and puts them on display like they did the Pac-Man. So I would imagine tomorrow
yeah,
or the next day somebody will have a
yeah,
video up.
100%. A store like this, like, that's what they do. They put up the displays. They gotta showcase this a little bit. I don't know if, Star Wars Pinball is still there, but it'll be right next to that. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know, when it's lit up with, like, the coin door, it has light up buttons, so when those blue buttons light up and the marquee is lit up and you walk past and you're playing it, some people might be like, "Hey, what the hell? We'll buy it." And that's kinda what the draw is here. It's to say, "Hey, look, this is something different, and let's go ahead and do it," kinda thing. So, yeah, I mean, that's about it. I think it'd be a cool opportunity, though, to play Sinistar and Gorf on a big 19-inch screen if you haven't done that, if you don't own an At Games. Like, I don't own an At Games Legends or anything, so that'd be kinda fun to play that on. But I don't know, yeah, it's, like, how are you gonna play Tubin with 2 buttons? Um, isn't
Tubin,
that all you
Defender, all of
is it
them.
what don't you go back and isn't it, like, left and right panel for Tubin? Or is there an accelerated button or no? Could be wrong,
I
though.
know, like, the faster you tap them, the faster you go, but I don't
Yeah,
play
maybe.
Tubin enough.
I don't yeah, listen, I'm not a Tubin arcade aficionado, like, that's not I probably played that game once to just see what it was. I'm like, "Yeah, this is trash." Like, no offense to any of the Tubin fans out there that have a Tubin real dedicated cab, but the '80s is barely what I scratch on. Like, if, Centipede Joust, that'd be Crystal Castles, like, those are cool games. I'll touch on I'm more of, like, a '90s guy. Like, I'm still looking for, like, my Sega Star Wars Trilogy XL. I'm still looking for my, XL Sega Jurassic Park shooter. I don't have to wait anymore because me and Ezekiel Chicago Retro Ranger are going to be doing that stuff on our own now. So it's go time for that. So I don't expect Arcade1up to ever come out with those titles. And that's kind of like where the fun kind of went away. It's like, okay, this is really never going to happen. So it is what it is at the end of the day. Um, Yeah, it looks like Rexer here has joined the show and is blowing up the chat. He says 2 of 12 games have the right joystick. Yes, so this could be some concern here as far as
Yeah, he's
playing these
upset we're not
games.
hardcore Tubin fans.
Well, to each their own. Hey, I love Bubbles, and people are dogging me for Bubbles. Bubbles is fun. I think Cinestar would be kind of cool. Like, because I played, I played. It was funny. I played that game like for my first time recently at like a real arcade, and I was like, okay, this is like kind of cool. It's all right. I mean, I don't know if maybe for like the $400 or something, I'd had this thing fully restored in my arcade. Yeah, I'll do that. But it wasn't like, I need to have this game in my arcade. And Gorf, kind of the same thing. There's none of these like must-haves that they haven't already done on this arcade machine. So there's no real reason to like have to really go out and buy that or buy this, for example. It's kind of is what it is. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, James, I mean, do you have any like last words for this kind of thing? We're both not in on this. I would like to, like I said, I don't know if you heard in the show, but our next door neighbors are building an arcade. They got the Shack Jam, X-Men 97, Simpsons, X-Men 4-player, X-Men 97. And they actually hired TaskRabbit to build their arcades, which is crazy. I'm like, dude, I'll just do this stuff for free. Let me do an unboxing on a new one. Yeah, I'll build it for free, no problem. Like, you think that they would totally do that, right? So long and short, I should tell them about this thing. Maybe I could build it for them, try it out, do an unboxing of it, and then have them take it and be on their way. And they would probably love this thing because they're more, again, casuals too. And I mean, anybody that's having TaskRabbit build their arcades is probably like just a casual, or you're just really lazy. I don't know what the case may be, but you don't maybe know
I mean,
how to do any of
they
this
could
stuff.
have issues, ADA compliance or something where they physically can't do it, but
True, that's true. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And yeah, but like that's what this is targeted for, is just that casual person walking down the aisle and be like, wait a second, that would be, look at that. That looks kind of cool. Golden Tee, Midway, like, shit, I could buy this for $5.99 instead of getting like because the other comparable ones that have like 10,000 games or 2,000 games on the thing, they're like a couple grand from like Bandai Namco. The real ones, like, why don't we just get this, honey, and we can put this in the cart, we can have it now, and then we can have that for our game room, like where there's darts and then there's whatever, the bubble hockey, like you show that off, the Super Mario bubble hockey, like that kind of stuff, like in their game room. That this is just like that one arcade piece that's just in there. um, I don't know.
yeah, I
What do you
mean,
think?
I've kind of said that before about the nicest thing I can say about this thing is that it, for the people that don't really care how things work, and most of the games can't even be played correctly on this when you're talking about the Midway games, right? That about the best thing you can say is that your average person who just wants to throw an arcade machine in their basement and doesn't really care or know enough about any of them, hey, I guess they'll like it. But there's no difference to me between this and a million other multicade options already on the market. I,
Yeah.
and I don't even know price wise, right? At Games is cheaper than this thing. And then I don't know what the price is on that Arcade Legends thing. It's probably more expensive than what it's worth, but that one comes with a hell of a lot more games than this. And you can jump on Facebook any day and find myriad of various people selling random multicades that they've thrown together. So, for me, I don't see the value in this at all. But I know some people on here like it, and good for them. I'm not gonna say they, you know, discount them for enjoying it. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah. I just ended the poll in the chat, guys, just to let you know. So let's just backtrack and rewind this here real quick so we can go over to the poll. 72% no, 27% yes. We had 111 votes, guys. You guys really showed up and showed out in that poll. That's incredible. So a lot of people just letting their voice be heard and saying, no, I'm good with this, man. I think at the end of the day, the community might not get it, but James hates everything, and myself, tomorrow we both have off work. We're actually going to be going to Costco. I don't go to his Costco, but we're actually going to be picking this up 100%. We're going to be doing a live unboxing and a review of it. Just kidding. Oh yeah, but it was fun. It's fun to talk. Like, guys, look at, we had people coming in here. I mean, we got even people like, you can close out that we got people here that don't even like Arcade1up in there in the building. So that's the pull of Arcade1up that they have on this community. People that hate this stuff are still watching this stuff. Like, that is what I'm talking about. Then we have people that love this shit, like myself. James hates everything, like that are here live. Everybody in the chat, my conquerors, everybody is here, and they love this stuff too. And it's just like this has a pull, whether it be good or bad, positive or negative. It's an interesting hobby, and I think people want to talk about it. And something like this could easily be made fun of. And then in another case, people will be like, "Well, what are you talking about? I love this thing." So you're always going to get that mix. I mean, clearly Costco knows what they're doing here, I guess, right? Because Costco could probably buy myself and
Yeah,
James everything.
they just care about moving units, right? They don't
They
care
and the same thing with
about the enthusiast customer.
100%, and the same thing about Arcade1up. They probably said, "Oh, damn, you don't want an XL Star Wars Atari? Okay, what do you want to buy? You want to buy this? Okay, well, we'll try to make it as best we can in the cheapest form factor we can, like the cheapest way possible. How many do you want to buy? Great, we'll sign you up for 13,000. Let's do this." And we're on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Because once they sell it to Costco, it's done. They don't
Yeah.
care. It's much like this, chat. Let me just put this into perspective here. A little retail, little knowledge, just a little knowledge. If I sell a pair of shoes to James Hates Everything, or if you want to just keep it arcade to arcade, right? James, what arcade are you trying to buy that you don't have already that's in my home arcade that you'd like to buy? Which one are you looking at here?
Oh, that's well, so I just got the Time Crisis, right? So I've
Yep.
been enjoying that one, but
Yeah, Big Buck Hunter.
guns on it are I'm gonna release a video on it, but they put the camera for the guns in the wrong spot, and it makes the aim all off, which I think that's kind of ruined it a little bit.
Well, that stinks. I thought my aim was spot on because I was knocking guys left and right on there. Like,
That's you can go back and forth between like T2 where the camera is in the actual barrel of the gun, so you hit exactly where you're aiming. But
interesting.
but the camera in the Time Crisis is in the bottom chamber, not in the actual top where the barrel and the bullet actually comes out. So you have to aim above the target to actually hit what you want to hit, and that's like
Are you hold on a second. Did you
awkward.
hold on? I don't want to get too off topic, but did you recalibrate your
Oh
gun?
yeah, several times.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still like the angle. You shoot a real gun, the angle
We're
is
getting we're
off.
getting we're getting off topic here. Have your video come out because
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course the community needs to know this. But okay, do you have Buck Hunter?
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not
Okay,
a fan of Buck Hunter.
So James Hates Everything comes to me and was like, "Hey, I want to buy your Buck Hunter." Great, we're on Marketplace right now. I'm typing in the chat now. James, you'll say $100 cash right now, and I'm like,
Well, first I'll go, is this still available?
yeah, you got to say that first. Is it still available? And then you know what I got from my Class 81? I'm gonna have my guy come out and take a look at this. And I literally said, "What the hell are you talking about? It's an Arcade1up. What is he gonna inspect?" And he thought it was like a real arcade. I'm like, "You bozos!" And this is what I'm talking about. These
A lot of the
casuals.
sellers think that,
This
right?
this is the guy that's gonna be walking down and say, "Hey, look, I'm gonna buy this." Like literally. So I'm
And
like, "No,
you're gonna be like, I Buck Hunter, I know what I got, $2,000.
yeah, exactly." So so long and short. So James wants to buy Buck Hunter. We negotiate a price. It's $400. Whatever. This is just one unit. We're not making 13,000 of them. Now, what James picks it up, I get the cash, and I'm out of here. I'm Arcade1up. James is just Costco, right? Arcade1up, me, I could care the hell less what you do with those calves. They could go in a landfill and light it on fire. You could drop 18 semis off at the Rexha Show's house and leave them there. And we don't care. Like, I don't, because we've already made the sale and we're moving on to bigger and better things. So it's Costco's responsibility now to recuperate anything like that. Now, yes, there are things within that binding agreement saying if it goes on sale, maybe we do a cutback or rollback, whatever the case may be. But, there ain't no cutbacks or rollbacks with this guy right here. Let's go, dude. Weisel is coming in hot, supporting the channel. Thank you so much, man. Always gifting the memberships. We really, really do appreciate it. We got 5 new members in the house. Waze, Damian Williams, Carl O, Stardust, and E. Leo. Thank you so much, man, for being part of the Cornercade crew now. You're going to get access to all that fun, goody stuff. But yeah, long and short, that's how it works, James. Like, and you know this. You've covered this before. So That was a high number when I first saw it. I was like, "Wait a second, like 13,000 of these? That's like Pac-Man, and Pac-Man is, like, identifiable." I would think, what, maybe, like, 5,000 of these things? 8 tops, like
Yeah, I stopped guessing after seeing Arcade1up did $100 million in revenue, right?
wow,
Clearly we know they sold 13,000 of the Pac-Man, and whether they just went, "Hey, we know we can sell that number, let's just reorder that same amount," or there's some kind of incentive that A1up gives them for, hitting that number is interesting. Now the pub table was 9,450, I think, if I remember right off the top of my head without looking at it. And so there they said, "Look, we're not gonna," they cut that back, but still that nearly 10,000 of those seems
that's a
astronomically
lot.
high. That sounds like
That's a lot, man.
pong table where you're gonna end up in Ollies kind of a situation.
Oh, yeah, like this
So
it's like,
they'll
did they
blow
not
them out, they won't actually send them to Ollies, they'll just sell them for $99 if they have to, but
that'd be dope. I'd be in on that. We love hey, the community, you guys love new product and you love sales, and I love super chats, so let's fucking go. Little segue there. Zero Redux gifting 5 new memberships to the Corner Cave crew. Thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. We got Paul Mindeman, C North, T Press, Calvin Wong, and Thor KC. Man, that is like a starting 5 rotation of like classic Corner Cave crew members that keep coming back. Home Arcade. I mean, everybody knows those names in the community. Awesome, awesome stuff. Thank you, Zero Redux, for supporting the channel. Really does mean a lot to us. Yeah, so I mean, oh, geez. I mean, it just the hits keep on coming, man. This is awesome. Visel just blowing it out of the water. 10 more memberships, guys. Super, super cool stuff. Were you one of the lucky winners? We got Michael, Devastator Omega, and T, Addicted to Arcade1up, Death Penguin, Dirty Harry, Alfred Berger, Giovanni Sean, Finns Bassman, and Jay, all new Corner Cave crew members. Visel, thank you again. Thank you guys so much for adding some members. And guys, if you want to become a member, it's only 99 cents to join. Yeah, like I said this over and over and over again. We all got jobs. We all got vending machines at those jobs. You literally can't. Soda at my job costs $1.75. So that's 2 Corner Cave crew memberships almost. Like you can't beat it. It's 99 cents to get some behind the scenes content that we'll make community posts on. And obviously it goes to support the channel so we do more cool, wacky, and crazy stuff for you guys.
you sound like, Suzanne Summers, "For less than the price of a cup of coffee."
That's what she says. What did she say that to? You have to catch
That's
me up
back
with
from
that.
the
Like,
day that's back in the day. She's passed away, I think, but back in the day, she used to raise money for, like, starving children, and,
oh yeah,
it's one of
those
those
things always
telethons, like, "For less than the price of a cup of coffee a day, you could feed a child for a month," that kinda
those
thing.
things pull on your strings. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
yeah, it's hard, man. They're showing like the puppies in the kennels, and it's like, oh god, jeez Louise. All right, well we don't want to end on a low note, guys. We want to end on a high note. So, guys, let me know in the comments. James wants to know too. Do you guys want this? Are you buying it? Are you going out to the store to get this immediately? Or does this cabinet have zero nostalgia, zero purpose, and you're just waiting now next year, guys? The time now starts. So wait, hold on. We are in July. So we are looking forward to July 2025 for you XL owners out there. Wow, that's a long time to wait to build an Arcade1up or a home arcade product that's in an XL form factor size. Jeez Louise, guys, let us know in the chat, guys. We love you as always. For James States Everything, this is Danny from the Corner Cave, guys. We could be here all night, and I love you, community, for showing up, showing out, having fun. We are definitely going to be streaming a stream-a-thon before Mrs. Corner Cave goes in and has her surgery, guys. We love you so much, guys. Again, this is Danny from the Corner Cave. As for James States Everything, we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
amazing.
James, we can't leave. We just got a super chat from my boy Alan Hardlock. We call him Padlock in the building. Super chat, $10. Good night. Signing off. Thank you so much, man, Alan, for supporting the channel. We always appreciate it. Like I said, man, it just the support from the community. I never thought. Listen, James, I gotta be honest with you. I never thought. When the day when I called into the Super Game News on my cell phone, spinning around in a circle, that we would ever get to this point now, almost a year to that date. The growth is just insane. And guys, we had 70 people still here. They said after show. They said let's not get. They said no. We're staying. This is a bonus scene, guys. You called for it. You begged for it. We're here. We're live. I can't stay forever because my wife loves me. But guys, what do you want to talk about? This is the show. For most people, they've already left. They already think the show's over. But for you hardcore people, sometimes you get a bonus scene. So is there anything you want to shoot the shit on and talk about? It doesn't have to be Arcade1up. It doesn't have to be about the new form factor cabinet. It could be about what you had for lunch. James, start it off. What you have for lunch today?
All right. So I got something for you. I don't know if you saw, but I launched a store on my YouTube channel with stupid merch.
Okay.
But the important thing in there is I have the Make Arcade1 Up Yours shirt.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I saw that. I definitely saw that. It was just like up yours, right? It was just up
and
yours.
Then on the front it says Make Arcade1, and then on the back it just says Up Yours.
Yeah, it's
stealing from 7-Eleven, right? So
yeah, 100%.
Or not 7-Eleven, 7-Up, whatever.
No, 7-Up. Yeah. Yeah, Up Yours. Yeah, not 7-Eleven. Well, I mean, 7-Up is sold at 7-Eleven if you want to talk that. Alan Hadlock said $1 per extra minute. Let's go, man.
There you go.
Oh, this is great. Yeah, you could shill away, my guy. He's like, hey, I'm just gonna start shilling the chat.
Yeah, you've gone from telethons to 900 numbers, $1 per minute.
Well, I mean, technically, I was gonna say we could do subscriptions, but I mean that's technically what the 99 cents is per month.
Yeah.
Weisel says, I want to talk about buy stuff, working on their 360 wheel, doing D-pad stuff. James, you know anything about that?
Yeah, so they announced that a few weeks back, how they got it working on games that just use D-pads. So think about RC Pro-Am on the NES, which is, it's a lot like Super Sprint in that it's a top-down racer and an isometric view, but it plays cool because it's these little remote control cars that whip around. And so being able to use the stick to actually steer that vehicle and whip it around the corners will actually make that game like way easier to play. And it is a classic NES title. It is highly regarded. It's awesome. And so if you think about some of those things where you only played with the D-pad, now you can use that steering wheel. It's pretty awesome. Opens up all kinds of opportunities.
Alan, thank you so much, man. He just decided to become a member of the Corner Cake crew, so we really do appreciate that. This is the after party to the after party. So I think that's a first here that someone joined the channel membership and the after party. So congratulations, Alan, for being the first one to do so. Yeah, I think. Are you gonna try to get? Are you gonna try to get that? Are you gonna try to get that wheel? Are you doing the Super Sprint mod or what?
If we can convince them to just make a 3/4 scale of Super Sprint or off road, I will probably buy that whole thing. Even like they don't even need to include like a PC or anything in it. If they want to just keep the cost down, I can do that part. Like
No,
sell me the shape of the cab and I'll do the rest, right?
That would just be incredible.
Just keep the price down and get it affordable and I'm in.
Dude, that would be insane. Like, chat, get loud over to Buy Stuff Arcades because that would be absolutely amazing. I would totally be on board with that. I just personally, I know it's not arcade authentic, but light up the marquee because then it can just blend in with everything else. It doesn't need to be that hardcore. That's what the $4,000 machine is for. But if you're gonna replicate it after a 1-up, just make sure the marquee is lit up just like that. That would be really cool.
The other alternative was like using maybe the NBA Jam that has the 4-player deck and trying to convert that into a 3-player to play, in that Arcade1up version. But it still kind of bothers me how the steering wheels stick up above the monitor. I know when you're actually playing it, you can't see that. You can see the monitor just fine. But when you're standing back watching or whatever, it just covers the whole screen, so it looked kind of awkward to me.
you would want it more like the Fast and Furious, but,
Yeah,
like,
exactly, like
yeah,
Ridge Racer. I want it,
yeah.
like, out where it should be rather than up and blocking the screen. That's why I think if they actually they don't have to make it, like, exactly like that big one they're building, that would be insane, but if they could do a smaller three-quarter one that had at least the same kind of look and everything downscaled and cheapened up, um, I would be all in on that. So,
What if,
it was great, so
what if they did it on, like, a slanted control deck?
yeah, that would work too. I just don't know
Like
if their mechanism will work. The way it's currently designed is for a flat surface because that's how the original, um, Super Sprint is. It's a flat deck with that box on there, and that's how they've designed it. So it would take some, cutting away in the slant and building a thing for it to sit in, but you could
yeah,
do it.
yeah. Vital here to Vital's point says, Danny, do you even play the Wheel of Fortune 1 Up? Actually, we did a stream with the community and they loved it. They were guessing the puzzles and stuff. My wife and kids love this. I think it's an okay machine. I do get on it consistently. My wife and kids always get on it. So again, we're talking about more like casual type of things. That's what this product is for and it's designed for. Like our 10-year-old son comes up to him, plays it, and he was getting hyped and he was getting excited because he was winning. He was up to like $250,000. He got us like 25 gems, which the gems used to unlock the game. So I was like, dude, keep going on that thing. You can unlock all the games for us, and I don't have to do it, kind of thing. Like, but I'm gonna stick to my heart and soul is to all of the retro arcades in their retro authentic form factors. That's where I'm at. Now I will say I'll be branching off big time when we start if we can get this pinball because then that's like a whole new world. Like a big smile on my face. I know my wife will be just going bananas
Yeah,
over
you'll
it.
love
Like
it, it's awesome. And the
yeah,
kids will love it because you can throw on there, like, all the Dr. Seuss stuff and the My Little
oh
Pony,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Garfield comes out on Wednesday, and
They don't understand fully like how pinball works. I'll have to really
no.
show them because they just
My
let the
my
ball
kids
fall
don't
through.
either, they just love to hit the flippers on the side,
They don't even do
right?
that. They just watch all the lights and then the ball falls through, and I'm like trying to help them and like, no, don't touch it because they're at the age where they want to do it themselves. They want to
Yeah.
be left alone. I'm like, to my son, I was like, Logan, do you need me to help put your pants on? And he's like, no. Like he's trying to do it himself. I'm like, okay, sure, I'm just here to help. I'm like, like, and then he'll do it himself, and he's so happy so they're in the stage where they want to do it themselves, and then we just reward. We get excited, we get hyped when they actually accomplish it themselves.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, my four-year-old is to the point where she understands the flippers, and so she'll hit him but obviously she's just slapping him around, and so she'll hit the ball occasionally because of that, but, and, it's not like she's old enough yet to truly understand at least the
no, yeah,
basics, right?
yeah. Yeah, Ellen wants us to do a stream, I think, on the Casino Cade, and we could play that. Oh man, we got some big stuff coming in. I mean, I'll play this for Alan, and this is for Jason here as well. Jason, thank you so much, man, for gifting 5 additional members. I mean, we have like so many members out of the Corner Cake Crew. It's insanity. We got Pagsham, Xbox Game Pass only, Preds, Game Brooker, TCK, all definitely familiar faces that have been Corner Cake crew members before. So you guys got re-ups. I'm actually shocked that Mrs. Corner Cake didn't get one unless she's already a member because she gets one every single time. And they're just a random drawing. So she's very lucky with that as well. At least that's exposed. But I think I learned that these aren't people that are watching. These are people that are just subscribed. So it'll randomly, I think YouTube randomly picks that. Did you know too? We talk about YouTube randomly doing stuff. Did you know that you can pay YouTube to promote your videos and to like
Yeah, yeah,
try to get it?
it's in YouTube Studio, they have
Yeah,
it's like SEO, search engine advertising that you can do in Google already, keywords and things like that, so you can go and you can target and things like that, so
interesting. Yeah, because I was thinking about doing that. I was like, shit, if I can get our stuff to a broader audience, like over in India or something, like let's do it. Like that'd be interesting. So I don't know.
yeah, I mean, you can, the question is, like, obviously, it's a way to get more subscribers and stuff. The question is India a big Arcade1up market? You know, do they even
Man,
sell cabs over there and
they
stuff
might
like
not
that?
like
So
Arcade1up, but they might look at this
oh,
goofball
yeah.
wearing the white hoodie and be like, "Yo, that's entertaining."
Yeah, you
Who
would
knows, right?
definitely get subscribers. The question is the questions I have with it and all the videos I've watched on it over the years, um, in the analysis they do, you get a bunch of subs, but those subs don't tend to stick around, meaning they don't necessarily watch your content after they've subscribed. So they hit the subscribe, but they're not necessarily going to come back and equate to views. And to me,
Interesting.
views are more a recognition of what you're doing than say subs, right? You want people to actually be watching the videos and participating. Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah, that's what I always thought too. It's like, like, yeah, what is the point, right? Like,
Yeah.
we do this content for fun. It was interesting because I recently discovered that on the YouTube studio. I'm always kind of farting around on there, kind of looking at stuff and trying to learn and educate
Yeah, I mean,
myself.
it's no
I was
different
like,
than
wow,
marketing any kind of business, right? You know, if
yeah.
you wanna go grow your business, that you gotta go advertise and do that kinda stuff, or you can rely solely on word of mouth, but you'll grow faster if you're advertising and promoting, so, you know, people will do that. You know, I've seen streamers sponsor other streamers, right? Just to run you know, you can do targeted ads on other people's, um, streams, so, like, let's say you know, I'll just say super game room dudes, right? Because everybody watches here, and if they monetize at the beginning where they play the couple ads, you can actually pay YouTube to run a commercial for you during that ad spot. So
Hmm,
you could advertise your channel at the beginning of their show, right? So there are
interesting.
people that do that kind of thing. They're kind of all over.
Interesting. Okay. That's yeah, just like I said, I'm just farting around, just kind of looking at
Yep.
it. Um oh, here we
And
go. Let's see.
that's how Google makes all their money, right? YouTube
Yeah,
ads.
it's the world goes round. Like the way Amazon pulls money in is just ridiculous. Like Xbox Game Pass only just got a new gifted membership. Says, "Let's go, boys. Trust me, you guys are lucky you're not on Australian because these cabinets cost triple than what you pay, and we're getting shafted. See, I told you the corner game was international. Let's go, dude." Yeah, that'd be insane. I wouldn't do this if I were you guys. If by chance there were real arcades over there, I'd probably just get the real arcades and be done with it. At that point, you're already on that brink, and I'm already been looking at real cabs and just saying, just like just out of curiosity, just kind of looking and see if there's a good price for one. I wouldn't mind having a couple of real arcades.
Yeah, I
What?
noticed Elio in the chat asked about Nova Blast, about being plug and play, and, depending on what he means by that, it technically is plug and play because you can just connect up, any gaming device that has HDMI and a USB connection, so the controls will plug in via USB and then the monitor via HDMI, and you're basically done. So if you have a PS3, a PS4, though I don't know why you would put a PS4 or PS5 on a 4 by 3 screen, but you know, you could.
The
Um,
possibilities are endless.
yeah. But it's not just for arcades, right? With the JAMA connection, you can go just with the basic stuff. You could hook a Wii up to it and play shooting games and things like that.
You know, I just wow. So we talked about SNK versus Capcom on the Wii. Now we can put that again, you're paying an arm and a leg here, but now you can put that on the candy cab
Oh,
and
yeah.
play that. Wow. Holy hell. It literally just hit me. This is why I love going live, dude. It literally just hit me. And like that'd be something I could just put in the corner, maybe. It doesn't look as goofy, but now I'm playing, all these cool games. I mean, me and my wife could play Luigi's Mansion on this thing, right?
Oh, yeah. You could plug a switch into it and do, you know, or the Wii or the Wii U or anything with an
Holy,
HDMI connection. So even if you
holy
convert
cow.
like a GameCube or something, you could play it on there. You just
Holy
need
cow.
converters to get the controls to work on a GameCube. But
Guys, I might be in on the Nova Blast.
yeah,
That would be insane.
I'm probably my first thing when I get one, if and when I get one, is to put a my analog pocket into it. You know, you just
And
connect the
that's
dock up.
so that's just this little thing, right?
Yeah.
He's grabbing it for us now, chat. Let's go.
It's just this thing, right? It's like the
Oh
little
my
Game Boy.
goodness. So you could plug that into
But
there.
yeah, it's FPGA. It has all the arcade FPGA games on it. So it's got like Capcom, Street Fighter 2, stuff like that.
Because I have one of those. I won it on That Gaming Show.
Of an analog pocket.
It's like a handheld just like that, but it looks
Well,
like this.
this one, so the difference is you can do just any of them, right? If they have USB and HDMI. This specifically is FPGA, which means the hardware itself is emulated as opposed to the software. So you get like zero latency or near zero latency. So the alternative is for the do-it-yourselfers is the Mr. Cade or the Mister would do the same thing. But
Okay.
you're basically playing like you're playing on a real arcade cabinet without all that arcade hardware. And so it'll run exactly like it should run.
Wait, so is that like a couple $100? Damian Williams says it's like a $300 to $400 device.
Yeah, so this is 200. Currently, they have the metal versions up for sale, and they're like 500. But it's the exact same thing. They just put a metal case on it. So I don't think it's worth $500, but it comes in stock every so often, and it's like 220. And then you're paying an extra $100 for the dock because you would have to have the dock in order to get the HDMI out and the USB connections. But
So yeah, I guess you would run like Mike Hawkers here says you might run into some complications because you do need the controls for some games because the Switch has both the D-pad and analog stick. So like we're not going to be playing Mario Party on this thing because I'm not like shaking the candy cab. That's not how this works. But I
yeah, I mean,
would assume the fighting games would be just fine.
yeah, it depends on again how you do it, right? So definitely if you used a Wii U, because that has USB, straight up USB connections where you can run all that different stuff. And obviously those sticks, depending on how you configure them, can be set to different modes. But yeah, not every game is probably going to run perfect. But if you're using a Wii, for example, you could still be using the Wiimotes to do stuff if you wanted, right? So if you're
Yeah.
going to do a shooter, you can still do the Wiimotes. You can throw the sensor on top of the candy cab, but for the most part, right, you want it to play those kind of retro arcade games. That's what
Well,
feels great on it.
Stardust, you're saying just get the Intech gaming controller, drop a Gen 1 cab in. Yeah, but you have to remap the buttons every time. And that form factor is so small that, like, if you were talking about one of the deluxe cabs now, oh, hell yes. And I would totally skin that as an SNK versus Capcom and have my boy Joe Sabos go ham on that cab. It would look gorgeous. But the problem is it only works at a Gen 1. So you got to sit there. We're going to have to get riser after riser to raise this thing up, which is not a problem. It's just when you go ahead and raise those Gen 1 cabs, you're also raising the control
Yeah.
panel. So then you're playing like it's like you're playing the MVSX again at this point. And I already had the MVSX as free. So I wanted to fix all that and really get a right form factor and accurate description of playing at least SNK versus Capcom.
Yeah, I mean, obviously for most people, they don't have experience playing the candy cabs, but I can tell you sitting down at it, at least not nostalgia experience, right? You may have played it at some retro gaming convention or at some random current arcade, but sitting down at it feels good, right? You have this giant screen in front of you, you have good controls, and you're inches from that big old screen, and it does feel good. Now, I was playing the early prototype that didn't have things dialed in all the way, and so it had issues for sure. But if they get those fixed, which in Kansas City right now is the first production model. Neo Severus showed pictures of it a couple days ago, and it arrived and was assembled, and it's sitting here in Kansas City, the first one, final production model. So hopefully we'll see some of that soon. I know somebody's getting ready to release some stuff on it, but should be interesting. Again, if they get it all dialed in, it could really be awesome. But it doesn't come with anything. So even though it's $1,200 and that's without stools, you still have to throw something else into it
Yeah,
to
yeah.
make it work. But a lot of people already have something, right? So, I pointed out the analog. Most people on this probably have some PS3 or Xbox 360. You can drop those right in and play on it.
Well, it's just like the Super Sprint. Like, you're buying the Super Sprint pedals, the box, and
Yeah.
the wheels, but then you gotta go out and buy the cab if you don't have it, then you gotta go out and buy the artwork, you gotta go out and buy, like, the marquee, like, it's gonna be a lot more than, like, the advertised price. So, it's just like, "Oh, man, that kinda stinks." That's why, to your point, when you were saying, "Hey, I wish they could just build this thing." Listen, if Bias of Arcades is watching, if you guys can build that $4,000 work of art, then it should be a no-brainer that you're like, "Hey, I can pump out the three-quarter scales. Let me do this for sure." Um, we're having some fun here, so stay tuned. We got this guy coming. Visel, thank you so much, man. It's $5 super chat. Thank you for talking about the toys I am so excited about. Nova Blast and Bicep Arcade Super Sprint, baby. Guys, everybody in the chat, Visel, thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. Send your pictures and videos in of when you get these toys in and have some fun with them, because we would love to see the Nova Blast and that Super Sprint. Guys, if you don't know, like, Super Sprint is one of my favorite games to play. And when I saw this Bicep Arcades, I about fell out of my chair. I was watching, I should have done, you know what, it would have been crazy, James. And this is just me being a fresh YouTuber still. What I should have done is got on and done a live
You
reaction
did
video
your
like
reactions.
Maximilian Dude does to MVC2. He's like freaking the hell out. It's great, dude. I was with my son and daughter. We were just watching it on TV. And I was like, wait a second. Holy what was that? Oh my God, no way. And then you see the three wheels and you're like, holy, and then you saw the super sprint. I'm like, get the f out of here. Like, I was going nuts, dude. Especially for me. Like, I'm always hyped and getting it would have been great, dude. What a missed opportunity. But
Well, I can't
future, you
blame
live
you.
and you
We
learn.
tried that with the Golden Tee thing, remember? And then it was all leaked before the live reveal. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I guess you live and you learn a little bit. But yeah, it was I was like, oh no way. But when I saw the price point, I was like, oh yeah, I'm out. Like
yeah.
4 grand. Like what is this? Like but then
Yeah, it
you
was
saw the
funny
other
because
options.
on literally on eBay at the same time, they had an original, fully working, you know, all really nice looking for like 3,900 or something, basically like
Yeah.
the same price. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, that's an original. You're going to have lots of issues with it over time versus
Yeah, I would totally get
this
this one
other one.
100%.
But
I don't need a bunch of mice and spiders in mine. And you know, for anybody that obviously buys real arcades, like, correct me if I'm wrong. You know, again, you can get it where it's prestiged, I think, and you don't have to do a single thing to it. I mean, we got guys like Ezekiel, Chicago Retro Ranger, and Nick Madsen that will definitely hook it up, and that'll be all done already. But even if I just went on my own to buy an arcade, let's just say I was looking at this Tekken Tag cab. Actually, the guy wants 800 for it, and it's in like okay condition. And I'm like, all right, I'll give you 500. Said no right away. I was like, okay, that's my chance to let them know that this wasn't meant to be. But let's say you buy that cab, you're automatically going to be putting artwork on it, spray painting things like 19K Fox does to just kind of make it clean. You're going to be replacing the button sticks. You're going to be putting a LED bulb behind the marquee. And you're going to be putting new side art 100%. Like, at the very least, you're replacing the button sticks and T-molding at very bare minimum, right? You're going to be doing that no matter what. So you'd
but
have to fix this thing up.
I will say it depends on the condition, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah, 100%.
So
Like,
so there
I
was
guess,
I think
yeah.
I mentioned this to you before. Like I thought about, doing a custom big buck hunter in that there's a guy not too far away, a few hours away, that has 12 big buck hunter pro full size arcade cabinets.
Jesus.
All the guts are stripped out, but all
Oh,
the
okay.
outside is all there. The marquees, everything. Um, and they're pristine. They look amazing. He's just taken all the stuff out of them. And so I thought about jokingly, hey, I could go buy that, get the Arcade1up cheapy version at like Walmart, that 299 one, take the innards out, throw you know a Unico Phoenix monitor screen in there, and turn Arcade1ups into a full size
Well,
buck
you could
hunter.
actually, you
And
don't even
for
have to go.
50, the cab was $50. I mean, I was
Yeah,
like, man, I'd be
that's
all in
insane.
like,
Yeah,
five
that
or
would be
$600 and
that'd be a fun project. You don't need to go and buy that 299 cheapie. You can buy parts from Arcade1up.
yeah,
So,
I
like,
could just buy the PCB or whatever. But
what
I
we
wanted
what
the cheapy guns with it and everything, 'cause those
Oh.
guns that come on that thing are not gonna work. You got to
Yeah,
have.
you're right. You're right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'd probably be, I don't know, depending on the price point, because if Arcade1up sells the guns for like 35 bucks or something, it might be cheaper.
Yeah,
Who knows?
yeah.
That's when I was looking at doing like my WrestleMania conversion. I told Arcade1up, okay, I need a PCB to Yoga Flame and the encoder board. How much is that going to cost me? And they actually just would send you like the whole control panel. So I was like, okay, it was just cool, like talking to them and stuff like that. So you can just, they're like a salvage shop. You can just literally go there. It's like a chop shop. You can just go there and buy whatever you need and they'll just hook you up kind of thing. So it used to be like, oh, can I get this for free? And then be like, yeah. I'm like, okay, sweet. I think too many people took advantage of that and then they don't do
Yeah.
that no more.
Well, I think I've mentioned there's a dude on Etsy that just has tons of PCBs that he sells for like $40 a piece. So he probably did
Oh,
load
dude,
up
yeah.
on them back in
Come
the
on.
day.
It's like, why do you gotta do that, dude? They started to send it into the cornerkid@gmail.com. Anytime you want to communicate with the show, he's got some pictures he wants to send in. Right there, my man. That's where you send them to. But yeah, that's probably what ended up happening at the end of the day, if you think about it. Let's see here. Let me go to my email just in case we got something inbound. Oh, should I zoomed in on all my stuff, of course. James, let's go, dude. What do you got? What do you got cooking on the docket? You got any videos coming out?
I got them. I honestly have like 3 months of videos loaded up for like
Holy cow,
toys and
James.
stuff. But Wednesday I have a walk and talk to steal from PD7 there. It's just a toy hunt video at Target that I did.
That's
Uh,
fun. What are you gonna
that
what are you gonna
took off
call it?
Saturday. It's just toy hunt. So I did a
Okay,
toy
toy
hunt
hunt.
last week at a convention on Saturday, and so this is just a continuation of that series,
Gotcha.
which got some cool pickups if you're a nostalgia toy nerd.
Yeah, you guys
Um,
check it out if you are. Now I'm not I'm
yeah.
good with the toys. Like I got enough toys in my house from the toddlers, and I
Well,
get these
I
are
told
cooler GI Joe ones and stuff like that. But
yeah, I
maybe
give
if my son or
PD7
daughter get into that,
I give
maybe like
PD7 tons of crap about it because I had cured myself of the toy thing. Like, I used to collect toys all the time, and I'd sold most of them off and quit doing it, but he kept showing them, and it scratched that itch. I'm like a alcoholic or something. I took a drink, and now I've bought
well,
crap tons of toys.
it doesn't help that the stores now like offer all this retro cool
It's
stuff.
all the toys from when I was a
Like
kid.
they're
You
bringing it
got
all
the
back, and they're like,
original looking He-Man, you got the original
yeah.
looking GI Joe, the original looking Turtles, the original Voltron. Like, they are
Yeah.
like
They're
they are
smart.
going
They're smart
crazy
because wait
again.
like, wait a second, like, the adults have the money here. Let's target to
Yeah,
them. Kinda like Arcade1up did. Like, wait a second. The adults wanna play these? Okay, let's target to them now. Like, let's get these things risers and just make it a little bit more beefier, like,
yeah.
100%. Oh, that's so funny. Dude, guys, we got 50 people in the house watching the after show. This is insanity. Like, can you imagine? Oh my goodness, man. Is there anything wanted to add? Because it's 11 o'clock now, and I was gonna skedaddle. That was kind of like the time limit that I had for this. Oh, make it Matt Astra Gaming. Don't tell me you're just getting here, kid. You gotta restart the show. You gotta watch the replay, my guy. Thank you so much, man, for stopping by. This is the after party show. And so we're just kind of hanging loose here, doing a bunch of nothing. I think that was a really cool comment that we got from somebody in today's stream. They just bought the Atari 50th anniversary. Super happy about it. Just wanted to thank me and my wife for making the video that they commented on. It was
Yeah.
a breeze from me and my wife to put it together. Like, dude, that's awesome. Like, they're watching us and saying, like, hey, these guys can do it. Let's do it ourselves. Let's assemble this thing. We can work together as a team. Just so cool, man. Like, it's spreading the love in the home arcade and retro arcade scene. It's just really cool. That's a really cool comment. Like, I don't know what to
Oh,
say.
yeah.
Like, and we get those all the time. Like, so it's just really cool that like somebody can be so positive, unbelievable. All right, James, that's all I got. You got anything to add? Anything you want to
Nope,
promote?
I gotta get to bed myself. I gotta get up in the morning and get to work.
Yeah, I actually don't have to get up in the morning, but I do have to get up in the morning with kids. I'm not going to work. I'm working one to close shift is when I'm working. So yeah, we're gonna be coming out with some videos here. My wife said she promised the community that she's gonna gear up, so we're gonna have to find some topics to talk about because and Matt Astra Gaming loves that Golden Tee mashup capsule. He might be one of those guys that's gonna be picking that up.
There
But
you
we're
go.
we're gonna have to we're gonna be doing a streamathon because my wife's going into surgery and then she's gonna be kind of out for a little bit. So she wants to talk to the community, have some fun with you guys before she does that, guys. But yeah, like I said, give this video a like on your way out, guys. Put a comment down below. Did you like it, love it, hate it about these new Golden Tee Midway XL cab that is here now, and it came fast. Like, we just got the bill of lading, and then boom, there it is in the store. So those East Coast stores, they're not
Yeah,
messing
that
around.
went super quick.
You
Like,
thought for sure it was gonna be a month out still.
yeah, I mean, the shipping date was the 12th when it landed, right? And so we're only like, what, 10, 11 days from then? I like, that's unheard of fast. Like, to go
Are
through
they
any kind of distribution to land in
Yeah.
their warehouse and out on the floor already, like, last time, it took 'em months before they showed up anywhere, and it still
This
may, that may be some display store where they're test marketing it or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, see how fast it'll sell through before they ship them off to everywhere. But
Yeah, true. I don't know. You just don't know, I guess, but, yeah, this is like Q4 stuff. They're not messing around.
yeah,
This is
that's what
go
I'm saying,
time,
it's
baby.
so early,
The thing that
like,
sucks is,
is
like,
it
this
gonna
is
be
it.
pulled out of stores when you get to September, October because it's already in there in July? Like,
Yeah,
that
and
seems
that could
off.
be a good point. Like, hey, maybe, and we get it at a cheaper price. But I hope, if Arcade1up's listening, I really hope that this is not it. Like, because we were told, I was told by inside sources of mine that we were going to get 2 products in September, and then that's pretty much it that he knows. So maybe there's more. I don't know. I hope there is. Good God Almighty, man! I want to be able to add to the arcade, but I mean, we'll probably enjoy the pinball, but still, there's got to be some more. Come on, we need more product. Our arcade community, like, come on, man. But
Well,
yeah,
there's always the infinity game board.
yes, that my wife so desperately wants, and I'm like, will you stop it?
Does she really?
Yeah, she wants to get it bad.
I saw they pushed a new video, I think it was today or yesterday, where they're going after little kids saying how you can use it for educational, games, right?
Yeah,
Like,
don't show her that either, because then she'll
it's
go nuts.
like ABC Mouse, but not ABC Mouse, it's some other thing. I don't know. I talk about this a little in the video that I got dropping on Saturday because of what I saw at Target. But I had watched a guy's show last week where he reviewed all the new games that were released on the Infinity Game Table game board in 2023 and was showing like his favorites. And I was like, "Wow, I got to see this cuz I don't really know crap about that thing other than the Hasbro games." And every game he showed was just some ridiculous like remake of the most basic of games. There was like a memory game, like literally like the game Memory, only it
Mm.
was not very good. There was a Minesweeper game that was released and basically variations on those 2 over and over. And it was just like, man, that's the kind of stuff that they're putting on this thing. This is not worth
Minesweeper.
anything, right?
What do you have the video to that? Zero Redux wants you to show it.
Uh, of that guy's stuff. Like,
Yeah, like of the game,
I
the
was just
educational game.
oh,
Because you said they came out with a video, right?
yeah, it was on their Instagram, I think, today. So if you go to just Arcade1up official on Instagram, it should be in there.
Oh, so while James is looking that up, hey, we got some quick show notes. So I gotta work. I don't have off till Monday, Tuesday. But we're getting 3 light up coin doors on Friday. And we're gonna get some buttons for X-Men 97 on Friday. Do you just let me know in the chat, hit a 1 in the chat, hit a 2 if you don't want to see it, but would you be down for us doing another mod video on doing the buttons at least? That the coin door is a little bit hard, but not hard, but like I'm not in front of the camera. Like this, we can still do. Do you want us to do a buttons in the X-Men 97? Show you again how to use it. Let us know in the chat. And James, while you pull that up, um,
Yeah,
oh
I
wow,
didn't pull it up. I just looked at it on my phone,
no,
but I
you're
got
good.
no way to send it to you. So
Um, we did get this sent in, and this is a very interesting thing. Look at this thing, James. Holy moly! Let's zoom in here. Okay, so this is no. Did they? Is
yeah,
this a
that looks
blitz
like it.
cab?
Yeah, that looks like is that it's definitely a deluxe, right? That's the deluxe
Yeah,
MK or at least a
I
midway, whether it's a deluxe or a
I think it's a
midway
blitz
style
cab
cab.
because the
Yeah.
the yeah
Oh
the
yeah, it's
purple
got a
tape. Yeah,
riser. You're right. So it's
yeah.
blitz.
This yeah. So we
But he's
got
chromed all out, put his Xbox in to make it a fighter. That's pretty cool.
look at this.
Whoever
Look at
that
this.
is,
So
just
yeah.
send it to me because Saturday I'm doing a live stream of customs that people have done. Just
Yeah, so
sharing everything the community has done, the people that are sending me stuff. So if you wanna have it featured again in a video, shoot it over.
yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. So you got this fight stick thing on there. So then he's got the Xbox down below with the controllers all made like an actual little cutout.
Yeah,
Look at that, it's
people
pretty
do
neat.
some kick-ass stuff in this community.
Oh, 100%. I mean, like you saw Paul Mindeman's
Oh, yeah.
or Neo Hyper. His well he's we are his Soul Calibur from a
Yep.
Shag Jam, like that looks cool. Like that.
Yeah,
And I was
Galaga
hoping
Guy does a bunch of really cool ones. Like, there's,
yeah, that
obviously, I
Shredder's
mentioned
Revenge
Neo
cabinet, yeah.
earlier. There is just a ton of stuff people have done. It's really impressive, so
Yeah, this community just they show up and they show out. It's just unreal. Hold on a second. What we got here? So we got Shop Hippo is now selling the 30th anniversary NBA Jam with wall marquee at $188 premium. Wait, hold on a second. I'm gonna go over to Shop Hippo,
so they're
Jason.
selling it for 688. Because it includes a wall marquee.
Yeah, so it's are they just yeah, I think I saw that one time. I know they're trying to get rid of Dig Dug over there. Oh yeah, 788. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's way high.
Holy moly,
That's
Shop
above
Hippo.
Shack Jam territory.
That needs to be priced at 199. I mean, Dig Dug is over there at 299, but still, let's. And if I get another update on my phone that the Cubs lost again, I'm gonna flip out. Will you stop losing? Like, good God, you just get paid for the best manager in baseball. Go out and get some players. Like, good God Almighty, man.
Well, I'll tell you what, Royals last year almost set their record for their all-time losing. I think they tied it. And this year we pretty much kick ass. So, year to year, you just never know.
You really don't. Oh, it
And it's
sucks. I
not
was
like we changed anything. It's just suddenly everybody that was
it just clicks and you
just
get
poor
hot. And
last year is playing like fire this year.
here, let me replace this so you guys can kind of see what I'm seeing. So I'm looking at this right now, and then I'm like, huh, let me see. I clicked in. Hold on, let me get organized here. I got a bunch of tabs open. All right, so I was like, huh, let me take a look at this, and it's sold out. I was like, oh, it's
Oh yeah. Star
looks
Wars
nice.
has been gone for a
If I,
while.
I mean, I have one. I would just replace. I mean, I put a coin door on mine. Oh, so cool now. The coin door makes a lot of change, and I'm gonna be
Yeah,
lighting
this
it up
is the
soon.
version I have because I missed the original.
Yeah, I
So
would
I
love
bought
to have the black team molding over the blue. It makes it look so much better. But what are you gonna do? So if we were going back here, this is the one I'm kind of interested in. So I got Class of 81 up for sale, and I'm waiting till this drops a little bit because this will come up with the light up coin door. And then it won't be
Oh,
the
that one
class.
has a light up coin door in it?
Yep. Yeah.
I
So
didn't
if
know
you
that. So is that why they're charging the extra $50?
yeah, well, it's actually on sale. It's normally $5.99, which is
Oh,
insane.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's insane. So here, let me zoom in, chat, if you needed me to a little bit more here, so you guys can see this. So I think it looks kind of cool because we have the Galaga Deluxe now. We have the more room where it's like, hey, let's just do this because I could always. It's just a class of 81. Like it's okay. It just I don't know why they don't advertise the light up coin door like in because they show the light up buttons here, but they don't show the light up coin door. But yeah, it has one for sure. But yeah, the only game I'm really losing is Rally X. So it's weird to me that Miss Pac-Man is on here with like Pac-Man Plus and all that other Pac-Man, but it's not. It's just weird to me.
Yeah, I mean, this whole thing is weird. They just won't put them on the same cabs because of licensing.
Yeah,
Because they have to split the money for Miss Pac-Man, but at the same time, like you said, they'll put
shooting.
Pac-Man Plus on there and
Yeah,
Pac-Land and,
it's
like
not. You'd be shooting yourself in the foot too because now you can sell two different cabinets, so
yeah,
it
that's
kind
what
of
they're
makes sense.
counting on.
Like I get that from that point, but yeah, I got my eyes on this thing. I guess I don't. I mean, there's not much. See what the chat's saying. Let's get this off the wall here. Let's. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
unless
just my,
Tron suddenly comes back in stock, there's not really anything that I'm, like, dying to get. The one that I've been sitting on forever was that Time Crisis, and with the Prime Day sale and saving up on the Amazon rewards, it was finally worth pulling the trigger on. But,
yeah.
I love Time Crisis, and that when it was leaked on GameFly years ago, I was like, "Oh, I'm all in on that." But then they never like, they took forever to release it. The first leaks looked like crap. Then they cleaned it up a bit, and then they're like 750, and I'm like, "Well, I guess I'm not buying that one for a while."
God, 750 is just it's insane. I wish I was on that with Cyrus. I'm like, "Cyrus, you gotta do something, man. You gotta offer, like, a coupon code or some shit. Like, that is ridiculous. Like, you
Yeah, it would
can't
be
do it."
a lot.
And I know he didn't wanna do it, but it's like, "Come on, man. You gotta grow a pair." And just saying, "Shop Hippo, if you're gonna do this, you gotta do it for the first, like, week. You gotta take 150 off the cab or something, and
Yeah,
then put
now
the
it's
$8,000, whatever you want."
permanently
'Cause
$100 off, and
it's the same flip-flop fatigue.
yeah,
If you just woulda continued, woulda got people hyped and like, "Oh, it's a new game and it's $150 off. It's a sale. Let's go." They would have bought it way more in droves than now you're waiting several months later and you're just like, "Okay, like, we'll just put it on sale now." It's like, well, the luster has kind of worn off, you know?
yep,
All right, guys, I'm going to drop this down here and we are going to skedaddle. I appreciate everybody for joining us on the after show. James, thank you so much, man, for coming by, talking about this mashup cabinet that we got. And hopefully, fingers crossed, guys, hopefully we'll get some more rehashes or something coming through Arcade1up. And no, I am not going to become a St. Louis Cardinal fan. Unfortunately, Faisal, I appreciate you, but just there's no chance. Like, I'm
yeah.
everything Chicago. Good night. Faisal said it the best. Good night, all. We'll see you guys all in the next one. See you guys.